think that did it. Um, I was gonna do all of the what do you call it? All of the different scenes as I started to go, but yeah, I decided not to bother. Oh, let me set it up this way. Oh, let me set it up that way. Let me check OBS, make sure I've got the right. Yep. Okay. I got the right setup going there. And I'm not sure if Kevin made it in yet. No, got nobody there yet. And of
Looks
course,
like you got trail dust in.
well, he was in about 10 minutes ago and said he was going to go feed the horses real quick, so he could come back for the show.
Ah. Well, hello, everybody.
Yeah, all nobody, So, this is how I've devolved. 16 people to 7 people to 0. Uh,
It's it's just people. It's not. I don't think it's you particularly.
no, it's just it's timing, it's everything else. But I did announce yesterday. I did put up a post on Island Metal Forge that I was going to do this today. Hey Matthew, there's the first person popping in. Oh. Yeah,
So,
I did put a notice out there that hey, I was going to do this last episode tonight and get it out of my way. So, and we
right,
got
right.
Chas Walker with Owl, Chas Walker Owl Forge. Is it going, Chas? It's going pretty good here. I mean, it'd be going better if I was working instead of doing this, but yeah, by the time so we got work on Wednesday, I guess, and by the time I go to work, I will have been off for 13 days. That hurts right there. I'm telling you. Woo. Ugh. So, anyways, uh, Yamez, what's your whole deal tonight? Is it that you told me, and I had so much shit
Yeah,
going on.
I've got chat with some people about uh, well, crypto. I got some projects are. Excuse me. I can't talk too much about it because
Yeah, yeah.
it's all project leaders. It's behind the scenes stuff, but we're planning some things to work on some things, kind of cooperation on a chain. Um, so yeah, we're talking that tonight, and I
Okay.
might pop in the family chat later on and chat with Zach, and they might be doing 7 Days to Die tonight. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm probably
But
gonna do 2 hours here, so I'll be done. Yeah, I'm gonna do. I'm planning on doing 2 hours unless it all just goes to shit, in which case I'll drop off early. But um,
yeah,
yeah, I got a couple. I got a topic I want to talk about, and it's not a rant or anything. Even it's just my curiosity, and I want to kind of like put like I'm gonna be talking about knives and or kniffs or well, it doesn't fucking matter, knives, and I want to get other people's viewpoint, and I was gonna look up some examples of my dichotomy of usefulness versus you don't want to touch it because it's too pretty, and
right.
so yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna dive into that, and I just kind of want to pick everybody else's brain and see how what they think about certain situations or and things like that. So I think it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to me at least because it's the, I like wrote a whole outline about things I want to bring up yesterday when I thought to do this episode, and then I thought I was like, well, I haven't had anything to drink in a hot minute, and I need to get rid of this vodka, and you know, kind of the premise of this show is me sitting here getting trashed. Fix my audio. It's like you're 10 feet from your mic, and okay, well, that's because I'm not using the
Also, the juxtaposition between me and you would be different because we didn't do an audio check. Don't change your audio on my account. I got to roll.
right. Yeah, no. But I'm using the microphone that's on my webcam instead of having all of the other stuff set up, which I mean I guess I could do, but Hey, Robert Whitney, how's it going?
But yeah, I got to roll. Messages are rolling in.
Okay.
All right, I will see you later.
All right.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Oh, well, let's see. Should I swap in? I don't know even know if I can hot swap into that. Well, let me give it a shot. We ain't got that much going on yet. Fix my audio. Fix my audio. All right, fine. If this goes sideways, I'm gonna be mad. Woo! Well, that almost went sideways.
Sure. Not that I really need audio except for to hear myself. All right. Now then. Mike, 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 Mike. Hey, Mike, Mike, Mike. Guess what? Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Oh, I can't read this stuff from way over there. Okay, there. Now I've got all that set up. So. Whew, yeah. So yeah, they're Island Metal Forge. Yeah, he would have to order it and then send it to you. So there's that. Now let me get over here to how is the audio any better now? Let me go into OBS and do a check my levels. Switch it on Discord. What do you mean? Yeah. Anyways, there's nobody else in Discord, so it's just me here. So, and my audio levels, I'm tickling the yellow. It's a little bit low, but I can't really turn it up. How about now? How about now? Oh, yeah, there we go. That's not bad. Turn the monitor down. There we go. All right, now I'm not blowing my own ears out. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate the input on the audio there. Headphones and earrings don't go well together. All right, I'll tackle that later. Oh, that is so much better. Whew. My Discord was using webcam. Oh, okay, gotcha. And I can do that easy enough. All I got to do is disconnect and join voice. There we go. And that should have changed it, but all right. So we're not. Oh wait, not that one. There's the right one. There's the right one. Okay. So, what do we got? Anybody? So this is objectively speaking, I'm planning on this being my last episode of Alexis Unhinged, Alexis Unchained, Alexis Un whatever. It's just it's I don't know. I got a frog in my throat. Anyways, yeah. Um, Life situations change, I guess, and yeah. Oh, there's Kevin. How you doing, Kevin? Um, Anyways, I'm kind of backing off the alcohol as far as a daily put myself to sleep medication, and of course, consequently, now I stay up laying in bed for 4 or 5 hours before I fall asleep. But my therapist has given me some tips on how to change the way my brain works so that I don't have to drink to go to sleep. How's it going, Daniel? Good evening. Oh, there we go. I can't see shit now, but it doesn't matter as long as I can read the chat, and I can read the chat. That's good enough. Hold on. I got go over here. Maybe. All right, there we go. I had to adjust all that. All right, back to the stream. There we go. And anyways, so my therapist has given me some tips and tricks on how to fix my sleep pattern. And of course, one of the things is you're supposed to go to bed at the same time every day and wake up at the same time, and yeah, that's not going to happen. That's a stretch, but you know, and yeah, no, I know. I actually thought of that, Daniel, the other day when I was home. I got stung by a wasp at my mom's house, and I mean, got me right on the finger, and I mean, it swole up my whole hand. I mean, like I couldn't bend any of my fingers. It was just like I had hot dog fingers, and oh, it was horrible. So I went and bought some of the I don't know, dollar store version of the whatever those little pink pills are. Uh, um, and I took 3 of them, and then I had a margarita, and like I didn't even finish the margarita, and like 45 minutes later, I mean, I was just like, I gotta lay down, and I was out, and I was like, I wonder, you know. But anyways, yeah, not gonna be using the alcohol to medicate myself anymore. And sausage fingers, Alexis, yeah. Oh, 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 Jesus. Okay, that was funny. Oh, that was funny, Daniel. Uh, no, I did not make any sausage finger content. God dang it. Uh, yeah, no, it's not something I think I would want to try unless I was in a bind. But gosh dang it, y'all and sausages and fingered. Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna go there. This is, well, not a family friendly show. It's also I'm a respectable girl. I'm a respectable girl. Damn it. I think if I just keep telling myself, I'll make it true. So, in any case, how are you guys doing tonight? I know it's a Monday, and that's why I'm not. Usually, I do this way later, and I mean, like since I stopped drinking beer, I mean, like I usually don't even reach for an alcoholic beverage until like 9 or 10 o'clock, and then put 2 or 3 away and go to bed, and the last few weeks of trying to not do that has been challenging. I mean, wind up just being like, well, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. The store opens at 6. Guess I better just get ready to go to the store. So yeah, I can't remember the dang name of that thing. But yeah, these ones, the little pink ones, Benadryl. That's it. The knockoff Benadryl. That's what I did, and yeah, that surprised me. I didn't know. I didn't know that was gonna happen. I was just like, oh, I was thinking, bring the swelling down. I'll be able to bend my fingers again, and No, no. I mean, the swelling came down. I mean, when I woke up, it was noticeably better. But until I fell asleep, I was just like, so. Anyways, I wanted to ask you guys about what your thoughts were on knives in general. Like, so in our community, there are quite a few bladesmiths out there, and some of them, or if not all of them, do really good work. They do custom stuff. They do signature stuff that they just do all the time. I mean, I just saw a knife the other day that Josh Brown did that I don't even know what the alloy is, but it looks like it's it looks like, from what I can tell in the pictures, it looks like it's a kumai type situation with Damascus, and it's probably the most beautiful blade I've ever seen in my life. Still don't know what the handle material is going to look like, but I mean, it was mind blowing. You know, it was so pretty, I wouldn't want to touch it. You know what I mean? And so therein lies the question, because I own some custom made knives that were given to me, and I refuse to use them. Like I won't use them. They just sit wherever I have them sitting, and they stay there. I don't use them. And now I've done a couple of my knives. I mean, I've made a couple knives, and yeah, yeah, I don't know. My knives are shitty because I can't do bevels, but they look good. But that's all they're really good for, is looking good. Now, when I use a knife, I mean, so in the door of my pickup, I have two knives, and so I have them right here. This one right here was my grandfather's knife. It hang in the on the tool belt on the wall as long as I can remember, my entire life. And it's an East Wing, and it was, I mean, gosh, when I was a kid, we used it for everything from digging up weeds to whittling on wood, whatever. And the only thing, it sits in my center console, and I use it for opening like packages, box packages, you know. And then I have this knife, which is just it's a Craftsman razor thing with a replaceable blade. And my mom bought this for me for Christmas probably 20 years ago, and I've had it ever since. It's always just been in the door of my vehicle or whatever, and it's I use this one for opening like letters or the bubble wrap mailers that are plastic, you know, so I can just go right across them. So this one's for opening boxes. This one's for opening bubble mailers. And then the only other thing I do with a knife is cut food. And when I cut food, I have a $10 Sam's Club special kitchen knife, and that's what I cut everything with. The chicken, the vegetables, the beef, you know, it doesn't matter what it is. That's the knife I use. That's the one I like. The food doesn't stick to it; it slides right through it. I mean, you know, and that's just maybe that's just my preference. I don't know, but yeah, it's a weird thing. Oh wait, no, I have one more somewhere. Where's it at? Ah, yes, Leatherman. You know, the blades on this one here, I've probably used maybe, I don't know, 5 times in the last. Let's see. It says dead name. Dead name, M&R Trucking Incorporated Safety Award 2007. So that was in 2007 when we had if you did the whole year with no incidents, no reportables, near misses, whatever, you got a Leatherman, which is pretty cool, and I still have mine. And you know, kind of irritates me that my dead name's on it, but that's okay. It's what are you gonna do? You know, I can't change the past, but. So I don't hardly ever use that either. I use the pliers and the screwdrivers and the file on it more than anything else. But not so much the blade. But the blade is sharp as all get out. And and yeah. So and Daniel mentioned that this thing has been sharpened a lot, and it is considerably smaller than it was from the factory. You know, but I don't know, or at least I think it is. It seems like it is. And how's it going, Jack? I don't know if I just said that or not, but I read it and I thought it. I didn't know if I said it. So, and Daniel has a Swiss Army knife as your everyday carry and a knockoff Gerber tool in the door of my car. Right on. Um, I had a Swiss Army knife when I was like 13 or 14, and I think I was able to keep track of that thing for all of about a month. And you know, it was the one that had the toothpick in one side and the tweezers in the other. And it was all neat and everything. But yeah, I mean, 14. How do you keep track of something? And now, I mean, my whole ever since I was in the military, I have everything has a place, and I always put stuff in the same place. If I decide that that place is somewhere else and I move it, the next time I go to look for it, it's going to take a hot minute. I mean, like right now I've got these what is this called? Somebody help me out here. The little ah Anyways, I have these sitting right here on my desk in front of me because I've been doing some jewelry making over the last couple days, and I also did some sewing, and I use these to grab the thread and push it through the needle, and I have another pair that I use to grab it with on the back side, so I'm not trying to fat finger the thread through the needle. So anyways, so these are sitting right here now, but that's not where they go. They go back there behind me, hanging on my shelf. And so if I don't put these away, it's going to take me 30 minutes to find them a week from now when I go to um, use them for something. Oh yeah. The saw and the scissors. The saw was the probably the most handy attachment in a Swiss Army knife. Fun story. Back when I lived in Germany, I had a 924 Porsche, and I loved that car. My favorite car I've ever owned is that Porsche. I mean, it was a pile of junk. I mean, like I had everything kind of jerry rigged on it with like I had to have a toggle switch to make the headlights flip up, and I had a toggle switch for this, and because there was a lot of electrical stuff that didn't work on it, and I didn't know how to fix it, so I just rewired everything into toggle switches. And in any case, one day, me and my friend Joe, we were at the NCO club, and we had a few, and he's like, "Man, this is kind of boring. This is on a Saturday night. It's country night, and it's like this is kind of boring. Let's go find a fest somewhere." Okay, and this is back then. This is back when Windows 3.1 was the shit. And so there wasn't much for internet back then. So we just went driving around, because usually every weekend there's a fest somewhere within an hour of you. And so we just went driving around. I had one Long Island iced tea, so I had him drive. And so he just goes off into some random direction. And I've been down this road we're driving down. He has not. And he's hauling ass, comes up to this curve, and I just grabbed on onto the door handle. I was like, "Slow down, Joe! Slow down, Joe! Slow down!" Because it's a sharp curve, but you can't really see around it, so you can't see how sharp it is. And yeah, he didn't slow down fast enough, and we slid across the road, took out two Moxnex posts, and then wound up straddling a concrete irrigation ditch, running right down the middle of the car. Bent one of my wheels. Messed up one of my tires. That's how I found out my spare didn't fit the car. I never checked that, but it was the wrong bolt pattern. I mean, they were both the same number of lugs, but the spacing was wrong. And so yeah, blew out one tire, bent a wheel. Obviously, it bent like tie rods and stuff like that as well. And so all we had was Joe's Swiss Army knife. And we walked out into the woods, and we used the saw on it to saw branches and drag them over and stuff them underneath the car until we filled up the irrigation ditch with branches and was able to drive back across. And then it was like I don't know, maybe a 4 kilometer drive back to the gate, the main base gate, and we're all like tires all just like jacked, and everything. And we pull up, and I'm like, man, this sucks. and the security police is like, yeah, where are you going? And I was like, to the dorm. I don't remember the name of it, and I think at the time we lived in the crack house even, so I think that's what I said. So I think we're going to the crack, we're going to the crack house, which was the name of the building that we lived in. So I mean, or that's what everybody called it, anyways. And he said, "Nah, I don't think so. Park it right over there, and you guys can walk." I was like, all right. Yeah, in 1981, I had a 79. Mine was a 79, and it was that particular color of red that were on those Porsches back then. Uh, and your friend drove it into the woods when you let him drive it. Yeah, that seems to be where they want to hang out, I guess. Bacon, 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 bacon. So, anyways, yeah. That was why I say the saw on the Swiss Army knife was the most handy tool on there. I mean, like, because that one tool on there actually saved my bacon that day. I didn't have to call a tow truck to come like lift my car across the ditch. Which, I mean, when I'm making $800 a month before taxes, that would have put a real dent in my finances at the time. So, ugh, man, they're having this TV is just mounted way too high. I I should have done that a little bit different. Ryan was right. I should have dropped it down about a foot. But what are you gonna do? Let me see. I don't know. I don't know what I got. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. And my point is like for like the custom knives that I have made or not have made. I've never had anybody make me a knife. Well, no, I kind of did. But for the custom stuff, I don't ever use it. I mean, and it's not really all that like super pretty or anything, but it's a custom knife, and so I mean, in my opinion, I don't use them. I just they sit on the shelf and they have a story and they tell a story, and so they don't get used because I don't know why, but that's just the way I feel about it. And I use the cheap stuff to actually when I need to use a knife, other than the Craftsman razor blade knife that is arguably utility knife. There we go, utility knife. That's the word I was looking for. Um, and then the East Wing, each one of them I use for a specific purpose, just because I feel like I need to have a specific purpose for it, and that's it. In my experience, I mean, mm, I use particular knives for particular things because that's what they're good at. I mean, back in the day when I was a kid, a buck 110 was like everybody's everyday carry, because it was just you could butcher a deer with it, or you could cut baling wire with it. It was a very utilitarian knife, and I even had one of those at one time. But it's another instance of oh, I have no idea where I put that, and I think the last knife I lost was when I jumped off the mountain. I was at the Bessie G mine in La Plata Canyon, Colorado, and the dog went off the side of the mountain, and I, without even thinking about it, I was wearing overalls and I had my phone and my pocket knife in the front like overalls pocket there, and I didn't even think about it. I was just like, oh, I got to go catch the dog, and by the time I jumped, the dog was already rolling in the shape of a donut down the mountain, and my feet impacted the scree pile 3 times. So I took 3 steps before I was now moving faster than my feet could move, and then I rolled all the way down chasing the puppies. Yeah, yeah. And on the way down, I lost my phone, and I didn't just lose my phone in one piece. The back came off the phone, the battery came off the phone, the antenna came off the phone, and I lost the pocket knife. And so what my friend Tim said is I had a yard sale because I just lost everything that was in my pockets. Was all, and then we found everything going up the mountain. The only thing we didn't find was the pocket knife, and that was it. But I found every single piece to my phone, which I didn't even realize all of those pieces were gone. Until it was like, oh, well, here's another piece. Yeah. That was good times. That was good times right there. No, I take that back. I'll never do that again. It wasn't so much fun that I would do a redo. That's for sure. Uh, so other than that was my controversial view. I don't use custom knives for. I don't use them. I have them, but I won't use them. And I was wondering if, because in my opinion, they're more akin to art than they are a tool. And so, like, therein lies the question: is a really pretty $1,500 knife, is it a tool, or is it artwork? You know what I mean? Or hell, I mean, even if it's $150 or $200 or whatever, is that artwork or is that a tool? Because I mean, if I'm gonna spend that much on a knife and it's a tool and I break it, I'm like gonna be, man, I could have done that with a $2 knife and broke it and went like, oh, no big deal, I'll just go get another one. And so I'm always afraid of, obviously, I mean, I guess that's a little bit dumb because, oh, hey, Adam, that's a little bit dumb because, I'm not gonna break a knife slicing tomatoes, but I mean, the knife I have for slicing tomatoes is arguably good for that. I don't know. And I forgot I've got a 30-second delay still added in here because I was worried about buffering. And then once I figured out how to stop the buffering, I figured out what I had wrong. Now I don't need the delay, but it's already there. So, oh well. So I don't know. I mean, like, because I think when a knife is pretty enough or nice enough that it falls into the category as art, it stops being a tool. Because if you're going to consider it art, you don't want to use it. So I mean yeah, exactly. They don't want to use it because it's too pretty. That's right. Um, yeah, it's. I prefer to. Like the cheap knives are sharp. I mean, like I own stones. I mean, they're quality. Well, not quality steel, but they're good enough. And I sharpen it and slice right. I cut the shit out of myself all the time. I mean, like this is a regular occurrence. I have got chunks of me missing, just because I'm just like cutting. What was it, green chilies? And you got to hold them and drag the knife through, and it's just like cut off a piece of the glove, a piece of my thumb, and it's like, really, damn it. And I don't know what makes me more mad that I cut the glove and now I've got to go get another one, or that there's a piece of my thumb missing. But all in all, though, yeah, I use my cheap knives for cutting stuff up because I could literally just smash them into the table and I don't give a damn. I mean, like I can just be like and I'm not gonna do that because I don't have anger issues, but I could. And that's the point. And like hold on, I got this knife right here. Now I'm not going to tell you who made it because I don't know if they didn't mark it, so I don't know if it's one they weren't very proud of or not. But this was gifted to me just because, and it's got a decent edge. I mean, like I could definitely. It doesn't have much weight, but so it'd take me a while. But I could definitely chop through a 2x4 with this thing. It's sturdy, and it's probably 3/8 of an inch thick on the spine. And I mean, and it's a decent blade. But you know what it does is it sits right up there on top of my dresser, and I've never used it for anything. I've never even tried. I don't know why. I just haven't. Well, okay, it sits up there now, but it was in my toolbox at home for a hot minute. But then I decided that I didn't want it in my toolbox anymore because stuff in there was like starting to rust from the humidity, and so I brought it up here where we don't have as much humidity here in Midland. So, let me catch up with the chat here for a minute, and let me see here. Speargrass says it depends. Like a chef will use a $1,500 knife as it's part of their art, but average Joe probably wouldn't consider that unless they're loaded. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't buy a knife I'm going to use for that much money. I mean, and if I had that much money, or if I had enough money that I could spend $1,500 on a knife without thinking about it, I still wouldn't use it. I'd just be like, yeah, no, that's going to hang on the wall in a little shadow box with, something. I mean, like, yeah, got to improve my knife handling. Yeah, well, see, there's a couple things that go along with transitioning. One of them is not being able to drive anymore. I mean, like, my driving just went completely to shit. My knife handling ability is like gone down. And I mean, like, I walk 30 feet and I'm winded now. So having testosterone level of 7 is really tough on endurance and stuff like that. Unless unless you're one of those people that just like you have to work out, you have to go to the gym and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, you bet. That's all the lifting I'm doing. I'm not going to the damn gym. So yeah, so I don't have any endurance. Upper body strength is gone. I mean, like, I literally have to hand a jar of pickles or something to somebody else to open because I'm gonna need a strap wrench to get that lid off. Oh, went to a bargain store. I think it was Burlington, and I spent $8 on a chef knife that does literally everything. Yeah. No, I feel you, Rob. I mean, I've bought knife sets in the past, and I want to say, like, when I was married both times, at some point the wife wanted a knife set, and I think both times it was the Faberware set that's got like the 6 steak knives, the bread knife, the boning knife, the butcher knife. It's got like a little bit of every. I don't know. It's like a 12 knife set or whatever. And while they worked, the best knives in the whole set was always the steak knives, because the serrated edges, they were always good. And for some reason, the bread knife would always disappear. I don't know why. Oh, I thought you already went. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I don't need anything. I'm good. Oh, yeah, okay. Bacon wrapped sausage fingers. Dude, you should have seen my hand when I got hit by that wasp. Like, it started here and then just went all the way across, and there was no wrinkles, no knuckles. I couldn't move them. It was crazy. If I'd have thought about taking a picture, it would have been like, oh, what the heck? But yeah, I took the Benadryl and then I was out. You're right. Get hallucinate from a wasp thing. That would be awesome. Uh, so yeah, but the knives that I use for my kitchen duties are, I bought, it was $10 for a pair of them at Sam's Club. They're the ones with the white plastic handle, and I've had them for, oh my gosh, I got them in the first divorce. So yeah, I've had them for 20 years or so. And they're so cheap. There's not even a brand name or a country of origin on them. They don't say anything, and they work great. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, like, I pull one out, I hit it on the steel 5 times on each side, and then I do what I need to do, and then it just gets washed and then thrown in the drawer to roll around with all the other utensils and whatnot until I dig it out again. And then when I dig it out again, I hit it on the steel 5 times on each side, and then go to town. I mean, it's not like it just stays forever sharp. Because if I just pull it out of the drawer, and go to try to cut a tomato, it's going to drag a bit, or a pluot, things like that. Hey, that's only 2 points below my average level. Stop making excuses. Hey. Going from, I don't know. I mean, it's okay. So, Adam, you may have had like a slight slow drop off or decline. I don't know. Mine was a about 90-day drop. Like I went from 400 to 50 in 3 months, and I mean it was noticeable, but I'm used to it now. I mean it just is what it is. My body has adjusted to run on estrogen and progesterone instead, and honestly I kind of like that better. It's while I may not have the upper body strength, there are other benefits. Just saying. Uh, used to work. Daniel used to work in a Faberware factory second store. What does that even mean? Like factory second store. Like they sell the stuff that. Wow. Okay, yeah, I know what that means. You don't have to explain it, but I'm like, wow, they have seconds. I mean, I thought everything they sold was seconds, but uh. The bread knife looked like a katana. Yeah, that's right. Oh Jesus. Yeah. I can't imagine why it would disappear. Yeah, because I mean, you wind up taking it outside to saw down a branch or something, and uh, the bacon wrapped sausage fingered Alexis channel already has 375 subscribers. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh Jesus. Oh man. And you know what? I actually there are two other knives that I bought. I bought them when I was in Germany. I bought them at the Base Exchange. I bought the pair of the Ginsu knives. They were buy one get one free for like $29. I so got hosed on that deal, but they set up in the BX, the Base Exchange there, and I'm just walking through doing my shop, and they're like, "Hey, Aaron, come over here. Let me show you this." And then they do that whole sales spiel, where they cut the can and then the tomato and this, that, and the other, and they're like, they saw on the cutting board a little bit and then slice through something. It was just one of those things where I'm like, yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. I mean, my dad was a butcher. I've seen sharp knives all my life, but I didn't own any sharp knives. I mean, and I was like, all right, fine, sell me a couple. And and then he was like, oh yeah, and today only we're running a special. It's buy one get one free. And I'm, and it didn't occur to me that it's always buy one get one free. It's really just a $15 knife, and they're charging you 30 for it and giving you two of them. But I bought the two Ginsu knives, and they weren't a gimmick. I mean, I had those things. My first ex-wife got those in the divorce, so I had them for probably about 15 years, and they were as sharp back then as they were when I bought them. And I mean, I never cut an aluminum can with it because that's just stupid. But I definitely cut branches with them. I cut food all the time. I cut all kinds of stuff. I mean, it was like it sat in the utility drawer. Or one of them in the utility drawer, which was like right there. It was right above the silverware drawer, and then the utensil drawer. So a junk drawer. It sat in the junk drawer, and then the other one was always in the bottom and the back of the utensil drawer, just in case, in case the main one got lost. And never did lose one of them. And I used that knife for everything, and it never dulled. I mean, and it was serrated blade, so I mean, sharpening it would have been a bit of a stretch. I never really abused it though. I didn't do any of the test abusing things or anything like that. I just I knew what they would do because I've seen the commercials on TV and what the guy showed me in the deal. And hold on. And so I knew what it was capable of, and so I used it accordingly. If I need to saw a piece of wood and I didn't have a saw handy, Ginsu knife, and that was, I don't know, it was fun, I guess, for a while. But those were really good knives. Not the best for everything. Like obviously they weren't good for butchering, but that takes a particular shape of knife to make that efficient and smooth. And while I can make that shape, I cannot make the edge. And so the one that I have I even forgot this was here. But I mean, that's close to the right shape. It should be a little bit fatter right through here, but I don't even know what steel I made this out of. I think I made this out of mud flap hanger, and then it's got a stabilized mesquite handle with brass pins. But um, I butchered a couple of hogs with this one, and I was not happy with it. I mean, it's sharp. Ooh, I'm gonna cut myself. I wasn't happy with it because it just wouldn't hold an edge, and that is, when I make when I'm skinning and I'm trying, and I'm making two cuts, I'm getting two cuts down on, and then I'm like, yep, I got to sharpen it again, so I was really disappointed in the quality of my knife. It looks good, or it looked better, but it's not as good. So, and actually, the knife that worked better is at home. I've got a cable Damascus Tonto that I made with cable off my truck, and then it's got carbon fiber. It's got carbon fiber scales off of an F-22 panel, and it's a pretty knife, and it's got an Air Force Mosaic Air Force logo pin through it and everything. And that, even the Tonto shape is completely wrong for pig butchering, but it was way more efficient just because it held an edge like nobody's business. As long as it's 75 points of carbon, it's good enough, huh? Yeah, well, that one is probably 60 because I'm pretty sure it's mud flap hanger, so it's 5160. Yeah, mud flap hanger, so 6 points of carbon. But the Tonto that's made out of the cable Damascus. The cable Damascus is probably 1045ish. I want to say that's about the steel of that cable is. It's not particularly hard, but it's not particularly soft either. So it kind of like, or wait, no, 1080. I'm sorry, it's 10. I'm sorry, no, the cable is 1080. It's the S cams that are 1045. Sorry, I was getting my parts mixed up. Oh man, if I don't get this stuff down pretty quick, this is all gonna be for nothing. Even though it's like 4 hours too early for me. But hey, but you know what? Maybe I'll get to bed at a decent hour today and not be up till 4 o'clock. Yeah, I'm still gonna be up till 4 in the morning. Who am I trying to kid? And I don't know if any of y'all are into gaming or anything, but I was earlier streaming some realistic craft modded Minecraft earlier on my channel. I know Jack stopped in for a bit, and I think at one point 2 other people did as well, but they didn't say anything in chat, so I don't know who it was. But if that sort of thing interests you or whatever, I'll be doing that from time to time. I'm also going to be streaming some 7 Days to Die when the 1.0 update drops. It's been in beta testing for 13 years, so I'm pretty stoked that it's finally gonna release in the 1.0 stage. I'm watching while I'm making anvil dust vials for sale. All right, yeah, right on. I've got, I don't know, I haven't thought about doing that, but then for me, I guess the hassle of selling stuff makes it like not worth the effort. uh, yeah, that's the one. That's the channel. But because I did say, because I did kind of when I transitioned, or started transitioning. Well, I mean, I'm almost done, but when I started transitioning, I stopped making content for the most part, just because, I mean, for a long time I wasn't even out, and so it made me nervous to be on video, and worried that somebody was going to notice something, like my nails being painted, or whatever, I don't know. And then it grew even after I was out and didn't give a shit. It grew into a more of a social anxiety thing, and I just did not want. I mean, like I don't know. It's really weird because I could totally be on the freaking Sunday morning show and not have an issue, but doing my own content was just like, ugh, it would just make me so in on the inside, just make my stomach turn and. Hey! No, I'm not negging. You know what you got what you got going on. I'm just saying, hey, sell what you can sell, buddy. I just for me, I mean, yes, I could do that, and it sounds interesting, but I mean, gosh, I tried to sell little bitty decorative mesh bags of coal for Christmas last year, like like $5 for a bag of coal for your kid that's been naughty or whatever, and yeah, I got nothing, and so I was just like, all right, and that's like literally the only thing I've ever like tried to like advertise for sale. Everything else I've made for sale is something that somebody commissioned me to make. And that's usually really easy. Hey, can you make this? Yeah, I can make that. How do you want it done? Uh, yeah, that's exactly right, Daniel. I did not have anxiety until I transitioned, and now it's not it's yeah. Hi, I'm anxiety. I'm new here. We're gonna be best friends. And yeah, and for a long time, I mean, like, ah, man, that was tough. I couldn't leave the house. I mean, like, I mean, not leave the house. I mean, because I still worked. I mean, but like going to the store was such a chore and so hard. And so and by the same account, I didn't want to make a video because like it just made me anxious. I don't know. I mean, like that's weird. And now I'm more along the lines of like I just really can't think of anything that's compelling to do. Like any kind of blacksmithing video has been done to death, right? I mean, like, so I always did videos on like fairly original content, like hardening mild steel with powdered cast iron, things like that. That's some original content that nobody else has done, and I really enjoyed that. Or build videos. I mean, those are pretty neat. But just like, hey, here's how to make a railroad spike knife. Yeah, you'll never find that anywhere else on YouTube. I guarantee it. Right? Uh, yeah, anxiety is like, man, it's like this. It's like this impending sense of doom that like, okay, so if you just have anxiety, like which I do, it can be kind of it kind of rules your life. Like it tells you, you can't do that because this might happen. You can't do that because this might happen. And you and the bringing up the goddamn horseshoes again. Really? I mean, come on. Yeah, and that's right. Nobody can burn a horseshoe like me. I guarantee you, you will not find another video on the internet of 3 horseshoes being burned up in 7 minutes. I am the only one that's done that. See, and that was fun content. The only downside was, is it was just so stinking hot that day. Oh my gosh, it was dangerously hot. I should not have been doing any of that. I shouldn't have dunked my head in the cooler. That was, I mean, that could have caused a vasovagal syncope, and I could have collapsed right there. And I didn't even think about it because I was kind of delirious. Ooh, some oddball pieces of stainless. Sweet. I like playing with stainless. And yeah, and see, oh, the anxiety thing. So I always thought it was bullshit. Like I never had anxiety, right? My daughter had a panic attack when I took her to Talladega, and I don't know why or whatever, and she's freaking out, and she calls her mom, and her mom calls me, and she's having a panic attack. You need to do this, you need to do that, and I'm like, God, come on. And I told her, I was like, that shit's not real. I was like, that's all just in your head, made up bullshit to looking for attention. And I think my daughter was like 16 at the time or something like that. But, anyways, yeah. And I was like, that's all just bullshit. And she's like, no, it's not. It's real. And I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. I'll humor her. And then, when I had my first anxiety attack, I was curled up in the fetal position crying and this is a year before I transitioned. Uh, I was curled up in the fetal position in the corner of the bed, up against the wall, and I cannot describe to you the sense of dread and doom that I felt. But it was so bad. I was stuck in this mental loop of bad thoughts, and I literally wanted to die so that that feeling would go away. Like it wouldn't stop, and I sat there curled up in the fetal position for 12 damn hours, and it was like it was the end of the world. And I'm not kidding. I literally at the time would have gladly taken death over continuing that panic attack. But nobody, I mean, like nobody would talk to me. Nobody knew how to talk me out of it. Nobody, I mean, I was stuck to my own devices, and until I finally wore myself out and I fell asleep and I woke up right as rain, and I was like, holy shit. Did that that blew my mind, that a person could be in that state of mind, because I've never like felt like that before. No, I mean, yeah, I've been in the mindset to unalive myself many times. Growing up as a trans person that knows you're never going to transition, that's always at the forefront of your mind. And I'm lucky that I lived through some of that. Well, I lived through all of them, but I'm lucky that I did. And but in any case, the anxiety thing, man, it's tough. But and that's one of the reasons I went to therapy. Part of it was for the anxiety, and the other part is for the gender dysphoria. And over the course of the last about year and a half, gosh, maybe even 2 years, I mean, I see my therapist once a month, and it has immeasurably helped me, like in all aspects of my life. And I honestly think everybody should see a therapist. Like, just to pay somebody, like whatever the amount of money is. If you got insurance, it's super affordable. If you don't, I mean, it's still not that bad. It's like $100, but I mean, like, everybody should go to therapy. Just pay them to listen to you talk. Just you get to tell somebody the things you can't tell anyone else, and that is awesome. You know what I mean? It really is. Like I can talk about things with my therapist that, okay, well, I'm pretty much an open book, so I'll talk about anything with anybody. I don't really care. I'll even answer the questions that people aren't supposed to ask me, and because I don't really, I don't find them that personal. And if someone were to answer me or ask me a question that did cross that line, I wouldn't get mad about it. I wouldn't get bent. I'd just be like, yeah, that's I'd really rather not get into that. That's and that's where I'll go when a question makes me uncomfortable, so to speak. So you had a therapist flip you the bird once. He said, you're not the center of the universe, right? Well, I mean, obviously he's mistaken, because you answered him scientifically. Okay, I'm dying to hear this, but I mean, yeah, no, I mean, like, realistically speaking, I just dropped something. What was it? Oh, okay, it was a test piece. Realistically speaking, I know I'm not the center of the universe. I know the world doesn't revolve around me, and I know I'm not the most important thing in anybody's life. So, I mean, but there was a time when I displayed very narcissistic qualities, and like it's what I want to do. It's what it's going to make me feel better. It's what it was all about me for a hot minute, and that was very toxic in my relationships, because I mean, now I know why I was being that way, and I know that I was intentionally sabotaging my relationships by being an asshole. And I don't know. I mean, like, there was all this stuff that is now so clear to me, that I saw as, and I've talked to my ex-wives. Well, no, I've talked to one of them. The other one won't have anything to do with me. And I've been like, hey, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't, I was kind of a dick. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done. I should have done things differently. But I was really having trouble dealing with my situation, and anxiety came with. So I had the first anxiety attack probably about a year before I transitioned, and I never had anxiety here and there. It was just that one time. And then since I transitioned, I have like constant anxiety. It's always there. But my therapist was able to help me deal with it by, just like doing simple exercises, going out to the store and, and making eye contact with people, and which is very difficult for me to do. I tend to, when I'm in public, and I always have, I just look down, forward and down. I don't see anybody from the neck up, and like, so people that I know will be like, they'll walk past me in Walmart and they'll turn around and be like, dude, what the fuck? You're just gonna walk by me without saying anything? And it's like, I didn't see them because I wasn't looking at their face, and I just assume that everybody else does that too, but no, I guess not. And so yeah, and that was all compounded when I transitioned. And so by doing some exercises, by forcing myself to look people in the eye as I walk through the store, or asking myself, what's the worst thing that could happen? Okay, now if that happens, could I cope with it? And all that helped me to get through to where now I can interact with society at an acceptable level. But there are still times where the anxiety gets the better of me, and I'm like, I can't go. I'm not going. And but I'm getting there. And the gender dysphoria thing is pretty much mostly fixed. I mean, between the help of my therapist and obviously transitioning, that's pretty much in check. And I know how to avoid the triggering situations. So we're good. And I don't know how the fuck we got off on anxiety and everything else, but let me catch back up, because I was just fucking going off on all kinds of weird shit there. Sorry about that. I didn't really mean to get all into my mental health, but I mean, that's kind of what this show does, right? Let's chase squirrels, huh? Hey, you could do a steel burn on purpose. The whole steel can't burn conspiracy. Ooh, that's a good one. That really is. And I could make my own JP8 and do it with JP8. That's jet fuel for non-military folks. Hold on, let me remove my headset for a second. Actually, I don't even need this because nobody else is, well, if somebody else was to pop into the chat, I would need it. So hold on. I'm going to make another drink. Oh, gosh, dang it. Oh, I got that pretty close. I'll be right back. Just a second. I got to go get my mixer. I screwed that up because I put the bubbly in first. It's lime bubbly, Michael Bublé lime. No calories, no sweetener, just water. And my cocktail mixer does not fit over the glass, so I can't just go. All right, now, oh, I gotta wait for some of that ice to melt. Oh, water that down a little bit. That is rough. All right, and whew. So, anyways, okay, so there is no center of the universe except for where the observer is. Oh, that is actually a good point. Therefore, I am the center of the universe. And he flipped me off. I laughed heartily. Mental health will drive you mad. Har, 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 har. Yes, it will. Tulsa, Oklahoma actually has a plaque downtown that really, huh? It is the center of the universe. Wife called. What did I miss? Oh, we were just talking about anxiety and, you know, how, yeah, I don't know. Okay, no, you didn't miss shit because I got through the anxiety rant and then I made a drink and it's way too strong because I poured the fucking sparkling water before the vodka and now I'm afraid of it because it's like I just don't do this anymore. And I mean, like I can tell I've already got a good buzz going on and I've only had one and I'm a lightweight and I want to eat some of these nuts, but you know, it's really rude to eat on screen. And just so you know, I'm not being cheeky. You know, I mean, it's actually these nuts. And what I did is I buy the sriracha ranch, the hot cheddar, and the dill pickle, and I mix them all together. They make another one that's a banana pudding, and that one is just nasty. I mean, nasty. I don't know why anybody thought that banana pudding flavored peanuts would be any good, but yeah, but no, the three flavors of these DEES nuts are really tasty. They're a Walmart thing. It's the only place that sells them besides their website, which is deesnut.com. Yeah, I know it's funny, and the joke doesn't get old either. I mean, like it really doesn't get old because I could be at work and be like, hey, hey Rick, hey, you want some of these nuts? And they'd be like, man, what the? And you know, I'm on the radio, of course. I'm like, no, really, I got a can of these nuts. I mean, you know, they're dill pickle flavored, man. They're pretty good. And of course, everybody walks over and tries them, and they're like, wow, those are really good. But I had fun for like the first 2 weeks after I found those. I had so much fun at work with them. A dill pickle, not a big pickle. I watched Mad Statter. I don't know what that is, and she was taste testing cream cheese. Uh, I isn't it all the same? And you know, and getting back to the center of the universe thing, that is funny because, yes, because realistically speaking, the universe is expanding in all directions away from everything. So, like from our perspective, everything is moving away from us in every direction. We're not moving away from the middle with the other stuff. Everything's moving away from us as if we're the center of the universe. And you get that observation no matter where you're at. It's kind of like the way a sponge, like if you're in the middle of a sponge and that's dry and you get it wet and the way it just like grows up, everything, if you're in any one little point in that sponge, everything is moving away from you at the same distance or at the same speed. So that's kind of the way the expansion of the universe works is no matter where you're at, it looks like you're in the middle. So, yeah. Or at least for as far as we can see. And now that with the James Webb, the stuff that we're seeing that's all the way out there, as far as we can see, is too old to be as old as stuff is. So yeah, an interesting thing. Don't size shame dill pickle. Yeah. Oh no, eating during a stream. I do not eat during a stream. I mean, I try not to. I really, really try not to. It's one of those things that really triggers me. Like if somebody is eating while they're broadcasting or chewing gum, it just makes me want to reach through and strangle them. It bothers me to no end, and so I won't do it. Like I'll sit here and drink, and even during like the Sunday shows or whatever, I'll have a water or a tea or a coffee or whatever, and that's fine. But I'm not gonna like if I make myself a prior to my diet, if I make myself a breakfast burrito or whatever, I'm gonna try to get that thing in before Yamez hits the live button. And if I don't finish it by the time he does, I will slide off camera to finish it or take a bite of it or whatever, or it will wait until the stream is done. I don't like to eat on camera. I think it's rude, and I don't know. That's just me. It's something that bothers me, so I won't do it. So eating during stream, Philly cream cheese and Newfetchel, not the same tang and flavor. I don't know what that is. Okay, here's the marijuana toke question. I've never been in a sponge. Well, if you could be in a sponge, if space-time is expanding, are we also expanding with our own space-time bodies? No. We are static in the space dimensions. We are only expanding in the fourth dimension of time. As we are on a linear path backwards to forwards, and we're kind of stuck in that. And then obviously there's the whole situation of in the proximity of the singularity and all this, and the way it affects time, and gravity wells and stuff like that. But all that notwithstanding, I mean, all of that is just theoretical because you can't really test what happens when you get close to a singularity. It's Adam. It's kind of a really good analogy in a lot of different ways because I mean, like if you think about it, if you've got this big ass dry sponge, and we're talking about like a natural sponge, not a neoprene one that's the same size when it's wet and dry, but when it shrinks up and then you get it wet and it just all goes outward at the same time in every direction. So if you could imagine yourself inside that sponge, you would be inside it at this microscopic level, just watching it expand. And now the only thing different is it doesn't get faster as it expands, but everything is moving away from you at the same speed. And there's all these like holes, so it's not like all uniform. There's like these patches of nothingness in the middle, so it very kind of accurately represents the universe and the fact that, the matter is just like these tendrils and shapes and whatever, and then there's all these holes of nothingness in between. And so I like the sponge analogy because of the fact that the way the matter is dispersed through the universe is very similar. I don't think you're that heavy there, Adam. You're not going to warp. There's a joke in there somewhere where I'm pretty heavy because I warp the space time around me because people just seem to just fall into my orbit, something like that. I don't know. I mean, like I'll have to refine that some more, but I think I can get a bit out of that someday, or if somebody else can, go for it. Ugh. Fuck you, vodka. Mm. We are all the center of the universe, but we're also fixed points in space-time. Therefore, Doctor Who should be using us as a TARDIS. I assume that's what you meant was TARDIS. Tardigrades. Well, considering atoms resemble planets, we could, in fact, be in a universal sponge, boots, voids, and an air. Yeah. No, we could actually all be on an electron, orbiting, a nucleus of an atom. I mean, if you think about it, we could literally just be an electron. It's an interesting concept when you think of, and I think really the thing that brings it to mind most is from the first Men in Black movie, the galaxy is around Orion's neck, and the little marble that was on the cat's neck like contained an entire galaxy. So. See, all mass warps space-time. Yes, it does. We just have a greater gravity well around us. I warp space-time, and therefore I matter. That's a pretty good one. I like that. You hurt Vodka's feelings. I don't care. I'll do it again. Plural of TARDIS. Oh, tardy. Okay. I don't know. No, I don't know. I have thought about it sober, lol, and Men in Black triggered the thought. Yeah, no. I mean, and then so, how's that go? Is be like, hey, bartender, I'd like 3 shots of Grey Goose. Wait, how'd that go? I want 3 shots of Grey Goose. So is that a flock of Grey Goose? Bartender, give me a flock of vodka. Okay, that's what it is. Bartender, I want. Give me 3 shots of Grey Goose. Wait, would that be a flock of geese? Bartender, give me a flock of vodka. Yeah, that's how that one went. I saw that shit on TikTok a couple weeks ago, and it just kind of stuck because vodka. Oh my goodness! What time we got? We are at 7:18, so we got 45 minutes left. Average view duration is 14 minutes. Man, you guys really need to stick around longer. That's kind of bullshit. I've been on for an hour, and y'all are sticking around for 15 minutes, being like, "I'm out. Fuck you, bitch." I don't want to listen to your shit. That's all right. See, and if I didn't have a little bit of a focus on your. Oh, wait. Shit, I completely forgot about that. How in the hell? Okay, so where dismiss now? How am I supposed to insert ads? Because this is really weird because like it just like, hey, you're not doing it right. Let YouTube insert ads for you, and I'm like, because I selected manual. So that I could be like, hey, let's take a break and watch an ad, and and it's not just like interrupting me talking. But so far, I'm watching the YouTube page, not OBS or anything else, and it has never like nothing has popped up. There's no like thing saying, oh hey, you need to do an ad or anything like that. I did get a stream poor setting at 7:15 4 minutes ago, so. I don't know. I don't know how to do the ads and top line of the YouTube bar. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. Ads. Wait, that didn't really work. No. I don't know. Maybe there's an ad going on right now. Maybe there's not. I hit the little dollar thing button that said insert ad, and it's probably going right now. And so I'm going to talk about nothing really important, and just in case, create highlight video, add screen marker. Okay, well, anyways. So maybe that worked, maybe it didn't. I don't know. Man, I got a headache. That's bullshit. Ugh. Oh, oh, God. I can't do that. Hold on. I should have put that in chat, but oh yeah. That's well, okay. So yeah, we're members, so we don't see the ads. I forgot about that. Obviously, it worked when I clicked on the little insert ad button. Okay, and now I know how to do it. But I was expecting when I selected. Yeah, I'm fixing to water it down. I'm fixing to open another can. I've got to. I can't do that. I know how much vodka to put into it when I pour it from the bottom. You know what I mean? The bottom of the glass up, but from the middle of the glass up, it's really hard to tell. I don't know. Um, yes, it does want revenge. Harbor Freight, huh? Right on. So sorry about that, guys. I didn't. I thought I was going to get an option to do something when I clicked on that button, but it just triggered an ad. And so next time, now I know because I assumed that when you're doing this, a little pop-up would come up and be like, "Hey, it's time for an ad," and then I could say, "Okay, you know." Hey, let's take a break. Go get something to drink real quick. I'm gonna insert a couple ads here or an ad, and let's take a minute to go pee. And I thought that's what I was gonna get to do. And then there was no pop up, and then I had the little notification saying, "Hey, you're not doing it right." And then so Adam told me, "Oh, it's that little thing in the bar," and I see the little dollar sign with a plus, and I'm like, "Okay." And I click on it, thinking I'm gonna get an option to. Do you want to do this? You want to do this? You want to do this? No. You click on it and it's like ad inserted. And it's like, well, shit. I don't know if that worked. But sorry about that, you guys. Now I know how it works, and I can do it at ad nauseum. Really? It's just gonna be commercials. It's like, look, man, I make a third of this channel. Come on, like I need to up my income a bit. Oh God, I forgot. Yeah, hold on. I can't do it. Oh. See, and the bad thing is now that I clicked on that, I totally wasted an opportunity to go to the bathroom. I mean, it's just like I have to pee, and it's just like, oh hey, I can use ad breaks for that, and then yeah, I just used up my ad break, and I still have to pee. But the good news is I'm a professional, and because I'm trans, I can hold my pee for like 8 hours, so it's all good. Oh, that's so much better, so much better. Oh, okay. So now we're good. No, I'm good. I mean, yes, I have to pee, but I don't. It's not to a point where I go, okay, y'all, hold the fuck on. I'm maybe 30 minutes from that. Maybe I don't know. Yeah. Right, an ad for vodka should be next. Uh, professional. I'm a professional pee holder. Do you know? In all seriousness, though, I mean, like that's probably the most difficult part of my life is being in public and having to have to pee. And it's just like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I mean, because like that's a potentially life-threatening situation for me, and that sucks. I mean, and so you want to talk about triggering anxiety. I mean, it's like I don't know. There's nothing I can do about it. It just is what it is. And I have my places, my safe spaces where I know I can use the restroom, and if somebody gets sideways, the people that work there will fuck them up. I'll just put it that way. But yeah, no. If I'm somewhere where I'm not in my comfort zone, I'll hold it as long as I can, and sometimes, I mean, like I'm backing it up into the kidneys, and I know it, and it's not healthy. That it's not healthy at all. But it's what I have to do because it's like I don't know. The longer you hold it, like over time, you hold it like 5 minutes longer than you thought you could have, and the next time you can get 10 minutes, and so you wind up actually being able to like hold it for a long ass time eventually, and get to my age in 30 seconds. Bitch, I'm older than you are. Uh, don't even. Uh, and it's just and yeah, hey, you know what? That's another thing that has changed. Like since I stopped drinking before I go to bed, I don't wake up 2 times in the middle of the night to pee. Like I have a glass of unsweet iced tea, or well, it's not unsweet. It's 2 gallons of tea with a third of a cup of sugar in it. So I'm working my way down to unsweetened, but and I don't like I don't drink it like I drink this. I drink it just like a sip here, a sip there, and when I decide it's time to go to bed, I go to bed, and then I don't wake up until whenever it is I wake up. I don't have to get up and pee twice. Okay. So you got 8 years on me. You got 8 years on me. I'm sorry, Daniel. I thought you were. I thought you were like maybe 47. I thought you were about a year younger than me. But you look good for your age, or at least you did. No. I'm 49. No, I'm 48. I'll be 49 at Quad State. My birthday is the Sunday of Quad State, or the Quad State Sunday. It's the 22nd, and so my birthday always falls. Well, it doesn't always, but it's always right there in the neighborhood of Quad State. Whether it's because we're there for so I'm there for a week every year, so my birthday always happens during Quad State. And this year it's Sunday, and I'll be 49, and you know what? I mean, like honestly, I think I look pretty. I think I'm doing pretty good for 49. I'm almost 50, and in order and I know some people like get triggered about the turning 50 thing, uh, but I think that's less of a thing than the turning 40. Like, cause turning 40 is over the hill, and and then so like now when people ask me how old I am, I'm like, bitch, I'm almost 50. I mean, like, or and so that and I'm 48, fixing to be 49, and I just say I'm almost 50, and and my best friend's the same way. I mean, like he's uh 1, 2 years younger than me, and he just calls himself 50. Oh, look, age for my good. Damn fingers, I'm 68. 98. Oh, shit. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, like, there's some things I can fix, and there's some things I'm gonna fix. But Trell, I'll be 69 in a few days after Quad State. Nice. I'll be 69 before a few days before. Oh, never mind. That's something totally different. Had a surprise birthday party in a Mexican restaurant for your 50th. Don't give you. No, Adam. I mean, like 40 is the over the hill mark. That's when you get all the over. Well, okay, I don't know about Australia, but in America, I mean, like when you have your 40th birthday, that's when if you have a family, that's when they like give you all the over the hill stuff, like the black balloons that say over the hill and stuff like that, and so and that's the thing is because like when you hit 40, you're on the downside. Like there are fewer years ahead of you than there are behind you. That's what over the hill means, and God, I hope so because if I make it past like six. Okay, so originally, like my whole life, I intended to make it to like 62. Like that's it. I'm not going past that. I don't need to plan for retirement because I'm gonna use this body up and I'm gonna cancer's gonna. I mean, like I've had a lot of radiation exposure. I mean, a lot. Not inhaled, like so it's inside me, but external sources of radiation. I've had a lot of radiation exposure, and so I literally expected to be dead before I was 40 from the radiation I was exposed to in the military. But that didn't happen, and turns out, every 6 months most people do their annual checkup. Mine is every 6 months because I don't know, my doctor's cool like that and lets me do it every 6 months and do all the blood work and all the tests and all the other stuff. And anyways, yeah, I thought I'd be dead already, but I'm not, and I had never planned on living past 62. Um, and my grandfather made it to 80. My paternal grandfather made it to 81, and and he looked used up. I mean, I thought I didn't know how old I never knew how old he was until after he was dead, but he was only 81, and like he looked like he was 115. I mean, like he was used up, but he always looked that way. Like my whole life. I mean, like when he was, because I can remember, and I have pictures of him being me being in the single digit years, and he looked like he was in his, I don't know, 50s, 60s, 70s. I don't know, but anyways, I don't want to live forever. I know a lot of people think of themselves as immortal, and they want to live forever, and they want to live as long as possible. Fuck that. I want to live as long as I can. I am self-sufficient and able to do whatever the fuck I want to do, and be the person that determines the path of my life moving forward. Once I get to the point where I am no longer in control of that, there's no point in me being here, and I don't want to be in a home. I don't want to be or living at my home with my daughter taking care of me. I mean, like, none of that seems like a great idea. And so, like, I always thought it's like, as young as my grandfather was, or as old as my grandfather was, I thought, well, okay, I don't want to get to that point. So, let's cut it off, about 20 years earlier than that, maybe 10, at most 68. Well, we'll call it 68 being good. And then, but then my mother's parents are still alive, and they're, God, they've got to be pushing 90 by now. I mean, and they're still, no, don't get me wrong. I mean, like, they're not self-sufficient, but they've got they're in their own little gated community type thing, and my mother and her siblings all take turns. Like every quarter it's one of their turn, because all of my mom and all of her siblings are all retired by now as well, and so they all take spend 3 months doing their quarter taking care of the parents. And so like my mom just flew up last Saturday, and she'll be there for however long or whatever until her shift is up, and then she'll be coming back. But and that's pretty cool and all that. But I mean, man, I don't want to be around that long. I just don't. I mean, I used to say if I can't just have sex whenever I want, there's no point in being here. Well, and then, I mean, like, HRT happened, and now that's not important anymore. So, I don't really have anything to gauge my life on other than the fact other than my ability to competently make decisions and all that. And let me catch up here, because I did get on a bit of a rant about getting old, and 87 days, 15 hours till quad state, and that is awesome. I'm so mad that I already bought my flights, because I haven't worked in 14 days, and the $1,000 I spent on those plane tickets, I could really use right. Well, I mean, like, I'm good now, but a week from now, when I've got to make child support, I'm not going to be good, and yeah, it's going to suck. I've got enough to make it, but once I make my child support next payment for the 15th, when I make the child support payment for the 15th, I'm gonna have like $40 left for the next 2 weeks, and That's gonna suck. In hindsight, I shouldn't have bought the tickets yet, but I did. It's done. And of course, I didn't buy I didn't spend the extra $200 to be able to just cash them back in anytime I want. And I did that specifically so that I wouldn't get in a bind and then cancel my trip tickets. You know what I mean? Because for fuck's sakes, I got seat 1A on all 4 flights. I mean, if I cancel my trip, there's no way I'm going to get. I mean, the front of the plane is not even going to be available again by the time I can, or be available anymore by the time I can afford them. So, what's done is done. I have my airplane tickets. The rental car is proving to be a bit of a problem because I don't own a credit card and I refuse to own a credit card. And so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. They won't let me. They won't let me reserve it on a debit card. Regardless of the fact, that I've got way more than enough for the deposit on thing. But I'm for now. I'm gonna have to wing. I'm gonna have to wing the rental car. I don't know. I know at an airport you have to have a credit card to reserve a rental car. But if you're not at an airport, like a rental car location elsewhere, you can do it with a debit card and with a $400 hold, and they're good. But I mean, I'm flying in, so I don't know what I'm going to do, but I got 89 days, or not 89, I've got probably 80 days to fucking figure it out. Okay. 69 days, a few after, 87 days, your joints are going to start creaking in a minute, Adam, yeah. Yeah, that's not far off there, Adam. Squeaky motorcyclist vid, I already do that. You didn't get spider powers. I don't like to think like that. My granddad only made it to 58. My dad is only 59 on his way out. On that average, I'm over halfway now. Yeah, no, that's fair. And I mean, I think. Well, okay. I would like to say I think you take better care of yourself than your grandfather did or your dad does. But you're still fucking rolling a smoke, dude. I mean, come on. And okay. I'm talking that kind of shit while I'm hitting one of these 4 or 5 times a day. But I mean, and honestly, it's okay. So this has got some problems that aren't the carcinogenic problems, but the nicotine in this, which isn't that much, but it's still there. It's a carcinogen. I mean, like. But maybe I'm gonna. No, I don't know. Buy an American. Okay, here's the trick. Buy an American Express prepaid card, that brand specifically. Load it up. I opened my bank account while homeless using an Amex prepaid card as a second ID. Ah. Yeah, because American Express. To be fair, American Express is actually fairly hard to get. I mean, yeah. So a prepaid Amex card and register it, and then you can get the run. Okay, I'll look into that because I could do like a credit card, a secured credit card, like if you drop in $500, we'll give you a credit card with a $500 limit, and okay, I could do that. It's just I don't know how to do that. You know what I mean? I don't want to have a credit card because I've been down that road and I've fucked it all up. I mean, like, I'm still making payments to Discover. And okay, I'll look into it. Seriously, I will look into that and see what I can do about that. And actually, I hadn't thought of that. I could just fucking Google it, be like, hey, prepaid credit card type thing, because I don't want a line of credit that's not secured. Because if my life goes sideways, I'm going to spend money that I don't have, and yeah. So you know what? What are we at? We're at 7:40. I'm probably going to go another half hour, so let me go ahead and insert an ad right here. You guys take a break, go get a snack, take a pee, scratch your balls, whatever it is you need to do. I'm gonna click the insert ad button, and I'm gonna go step back and relieve a little bit of pressure. So I will be right back, and however the fuck long this takes, I don't know. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna assume the commercials are done by now because in my world, the longer you wait, the longer it takes. Um, so, uh, I don't do credit cards either. I haven't for years, but I do need to one for my U.S. trip, and I will have the funds to pay it off and cancel the card when I get home. That's planned. Oh, okay, right on. Okay, so see what happened with me is like when COVID started happening, I had like 3 or 4 credit cards, and I have my Mercedes payment and all that, and when COVID hit, I mean, it didn't even hit yet. Like it hadn't even got out of China yet. But the way that it was spreading in China, I was scared shitless. I was like, oh no, this is gonna get out, and this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be like the plague. This is gonna be bad. And then in January, I was just like the first cases got out, and I was like, yeah, no, it's too late. Unless every fucking country on earth just completely stops all flights and boats, and nobody goes in and out for fucking a month, then there's no way to shut this down. It's gonna get everywhere. And so I stopped paying all of my credit card bills. I stopped paying my car payment, and honestly, well, I mean, okay, I never missed a car payment, but I had intended to not pay the car payment. I was going to let it go and let them repo it, which thank God that didn't happen because I was not upside down in it by any means. Anyways, I got lucky that on the like 14th of January, that one of my coworkers was driving the car and totaled it while I was borrowing his pickup, and so insurance paid it off. I got a $5,000 check on the backside, and that bill is out of the way. But then I didn't spend that money to pay off the credit cards. I put that money in my bank because I knew COVID was coming, and when it got here, shit was going to go sideways. And March 27th, COVID hit the United States, and then I didn't work the entire month. I worked one day. I worked on June 20th of 2020. It's the only day I worked that month. And then July, maybe the last week and a half of July and the first week and a half of August was also no work. So that was like 10 weeks with no work. And the money that I had from not paying my bills and from my car getting totaled is what got me through that 10-week stretch of no income, like paying my child support and whatnot, because that's the big one. If I miss a payment or if I'm late on a payment, the one ex-wife will report me to the attorney general, so I've got to be on time and shit. And anyways, And so that's why I am where I am. And all of the other credit cards were small ones, and they all got written off. But Discover was like $7,000. I had $7,000 on my Discover card, and I actually worked out a deal with them, and I'm still paying on it. It's a zero. It's now on a zero interest thing. The account is still open, but the card doesn't work. It's zero interest, and I pay $100. They automatically draft $100 on the first of every month, and I'm down to I think $1,500 left against that card. But I won't have another credit card. At least not one that not one in that respect where I have a line of credit. What's going on there, Matt? How you doing, buddy? Shit goes sideways. Explains the toilet paper thing. Yeah, it sure does, dude. It was crazy because like I was in the not dollar store. It was in Walmart. I was in Walmart like, and I'm just doing my regular shopping, and then there's people that have entire carts of like bottled water and entire carts of like toilet paper. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like why would you need that much toilet paper? Ever? Like, okay, there's no more toilet paper. Okay, I'll take a shit and then I'll go take a shower when I'm done. I don't need to stockpile toilet paper because it's not that important. I do not understand how that was a fucking thing because it's like, I mean, okay, I shower after that every time. Unless I'm, at work out in the field, and I really try not to do that because it hits that anxiety button if I don't have access to an immediate shower. But yeah, no, I like that shit. I had no idea why everybody had a cart full of toilet paper, and like how did everybody think of that? Because that made no sense to me. Adam is making whiskey, animal dust vials, and witch's salt vials for sale. Hey, what is witch's salt vials? Expand on that, Adam, if you don't mind. I have them, but don't use them once in a while. When I use them, I pay them off the same month. Yeah, see, that was my plan when I got mine, and then to help my daughter build her credit, I got her one that had zero balance and had her name on it so that she could use it and help build her credit. I told her, I was like, just whatever you spend, make sure you pay it off. And yeah, like within a month, she had it maxed out and never paid a fucking dime on it. And I didn't pay for it either. I'm like, fuck that. My credit's already fucked anyways. I don't care. Supernatural predicted the bog roll thing. What's a bog roll? Some of them are Uber shoppers. Oh yeah, well I don't know if the Uber Eats thing was really kind of a thing back in the day or back then. That kind of stemmed after COVID hit. But the delivery shopper thing really wasn't a thing pre-COVID because I'm talking about like the people with the toilet paper thing was like the week after the first case of COVID was confirmed in the U.S., everybody was fucking buying toilet paper. And I'm like, wait, what? What are you doing? Building a ribbon burner for an ammo can forge. Fucking right on. That'd be cool. But an ammo can is only like yay wide. If you put 2 inches of foam on each side, what, you got a half-inch space down the middle? I mean, how the hell is that going to work? 2 inches of foam. I said foam. 2 inches of ceramic wool, whatever the fuck that shit's called. Witch's salt is a protective anti-bad juju salt mix. Oh, okay, yeah. So, bog roll toilet paper. Okay, gotcha. I'm just gonna say there, Matt. If you want to build the biggest, baddest forge, or not the biggest, but the baddest forge you've ever fucking used, cut up a 30-pound propane can. Woo, man. I got lucky with that sumbitch. I mean, it's you can't hear it running, and it'll melt steel. I mean, that part sucks. I actually am not really fond of the fact that if I get sideways, I have a puddle of liquid steel sitting on my fire bricks. But that sucks. It really does. But it can do it. Not a lot of forges can. Yes, the vodka is much happier now. Thank you, Kevin. Yes, yeah, I watered it back, and I'm not going. Yeah, me equals Australian. I don't speak plain English or plain American. No, I know. And I do understand a wee bit of Australian. I mean, like, uh, but not all of it. I mean, like bog roll. I was thinking of like rolling in the mud. I mean, like what? And then because like here in the States, a bog is like some deep mud, and then in England, it's like this thing where peat grows. Bog peat bog. I don't know what that is. Peat moss is in bogs, and you got bog iron and stuff. I don't even know how that happens, but and then I mean, I guess in Australia, bog means shit. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. I mean, like, I was kind of thinking, God dang it. I know I can make these jokes. Now, I'm gonna save them for the Sunday show. I'm gonna save them for the Sunday show because I got some good Australian jokes that they're not gonna hit right without an Australian in the voice conversation. So it can wait. Let me see. Ooh, Jeff Killian, how you doing? Glad you could pop in. Normally I would be done in about 8 minutes, but hey, fuck it. There's people here. We're going good, and it's not like Yamez is dying to jump in and do any gaming. So if he pops into the chat though, we might have something going on later. I don't know. And that comes in the septic drain field and the septic bog. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, so we call that a leach field, and I mean, it's not really a bog. I mean, I don't know. It's all underground. No, it is not descriptive because the words get shortened to a point that it's like a code. Unless you know what they're saying, you're clueless. Like Sabo, Afto, things like that. I mean, like unless you know what that means, you'd be like, what? There's 2/3 of a word not there, but you should understand what I'm talking about. An Aussie and a priest walk into a Yoder barn. Oh, Jesus. We are disgusting custom knives. Yeah, that's totally what we're talking about. No, that's where the conversation started, and that's the way this show works. Is I get fucked up, I start with a subject, and then we chase squirrels, okay? And that's what I like about this concept. But I don't know that if I could chase squirrels the same way. Okay, so I wanted to ask you guys about that. Okay, so the premise of this show when I first started it was this is going to be a spontaneous evening show. That where language is unfiltered, actions are unfiltered within reason. I mean, obviously there's stuff that gets your videos blacklisted, and we're not going there. But I mean, we're drinking adult beverages, we're talking the way adults talk. You say what's on your mind, you type what's on your mind, and there's no judgment. You know what I mean? Within reason. Obviously there are lines that one doesn't cross. But I've always felt like the alcohol is a significant part of what makes this show engaging. Like I feel like if I'm not inebriate or not on the path to inebriation, that I'm not as interesting, that I won't chase as many squirrels, that I won't get distracted. You know what I mean? Like, cause that's part of what just like guides me down this meandering path. And if I don't drink, I mean, like I can really focus and just like, and I can actually, it's actually harder for me to chase squirrels if I'm not drinking, because it's like, I mean, I don't get distracted that easy. And so that's why I advertised this as um, the last episode of Alexis Unhinged, or whatever the U is in it, because it changes. Because I'm not going to be doing this. I'm not going to be drinking anymore. I mean, like, at least not in a public setting. I can't, because I get drunk and I say things that I shouldn't say, and I alienate people, and I wind up sitting here talking to you guys with no actual in real life friends that I see every day, because I said some stupid shit that seemed like it was a great idea at the time, and and no, and so I decided that I need to stop doing that every day, not just for health reasons, but also because of social reasons. It was going a little bit far, and so I have made a rule that if I'm going to drink, I am not going to interact socially with anyone. No Facebook, no Instagram, no phone call, no text messages, no nothing. I'm going to watch a TV show, or I'm going to play Minecraft. That is it. If I'm going to drink, I'm going to do it specifically in my own little bubble and not interacting with other people, because I understand that when I drink, I'm a lot to handle, and it's costing me people. You know what I mean? Like, there are people that won't talk to me anymore, and people that I've known for decades that won't respond to my texts, and won't answer the phone, and the hard part about that is some of those people are on my emergency call list, and I can't use them for that anymore. And I don't know if you know exactly what I'm talking about there, but it's a when I feel myself spiraling down the hole of depression, I see it, I recognize it, I see it, and I know I need to have a verbal conversation with somebody for 15 minutes about something completely unrelated to what I was thinking about. And that's all I need. I need a 15-minute conversation, and I'm usually drunk at the time, but I need that 15-minute conversation. Well, not always, but usually. And a lot of people have been there for me in that time when I needed somebody to talk to talk me off the edge. There have been people there that have saved my life, and I am eternally grateful for that. But me getting drunk and having conversations not in that realm, just on a whim or whatever, have alienated these people to the point where they don't want to talk to me anymore. And so I have removed them from or I haven't removed them. They have removed themselves from my list of life-saving options. Yeah, you know what I mean. And everybody says, oh no, if you ever need anything, you can call me. Well, everybody says that, but not everybody really means it. And so because I've put myself in this position by, I think, not really abusing the privilege, but just being too much. And I recognize it, because when I don't drink and I go to bed, I wake up in the morning, I don't go, oh my God, did I really say that shit last night? I don't do that, because I didn't say that shit last night. But if I drink and I interact socially, not included, because I get out of this before I go too far. But if I interact socially after I've had too much to drink, I just say whatever's on my mind, and sometimes I say things that are intentionally prodding, that are meant to elicit an emotional response. And I do that for the entertainment of I don't know. I mean, like, it's fucked up. I do it on purpose to try to like poke the bear. Hey, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Come on, what are you gonna do? Because for some reason I think it's fun, and when I'm not sober, it's not fun. It's stupid, and it's insensitive, and it's and if it was somebody else doing it to me, I'd just be like, you know what, you're fucking blocked. I'm not going to deal with your shit anymore. And so that's why I'm not quitting, but stopping drinking. And when I do drink, I'm not going to do it in a social atmosphere. Um, yeah, in a social atmosphere. The only exception is Quad State. All bets are off at Quad State. Quad State is that is a free for all. Like I don't eat red meat anymore, and that's pork, that's beef, elk, deer, whatever. I don't eat red meat anymore. But Quad State, all that goes out the window. I'm gonna eat whatever the fuck John cooks, and I'm gonna be happy about it. Um, and so by the same account, that's the way I'm looking at it. And used to be like at Quad State. Okay, so here's a good example. Like at Quad State, used to be every year I was the last one awake every single night that we were there. I was the last one to go to bed, and I drank myself stupid every single night. And I mean, like the last 3 hours, I was fucked up like a soup sandwich every time. Last year, I never got intoxicated a single time the whole time I was there. I mean, I drank a little bit here and there, but the entire like 10 days, I didn't even finish a handle of bourbon. And like, I mean, like in the past, I mean, like a handle of bourbon is 3 days, 4 days, I mean, like, come on. And yeah, and so like I didn't even, I left it in Yama. We came back. I left it in Yama's refrigerator in his shop, and he's like, "What do you want me to do with that?" I was like, "I don't care. You fucking drink it." And I was like, "Or bring it with you to Quad State." I was like, "I don't know." And I told him, I was like, I'm not coming to get you next year." I was like, I got plans. I got plans. I got shit to do. But I said, bring it with you or drink it. I don't care. I mean, like I spent my money on it. I got my use out of it, and I was like, if it ain't here 2 weeks from now, it don't really matter. But it surprised me because I didn't finish it, and this year I don't, because I don't know. I've lost my palate for certain things, and I don't know how this year is gonna go. I'm not going to put any limits on myself. Like, I can't do this, I can't do that. I'm just going to do what I want to do, and I don't know what that's going to be. So we'll just have to see. Last year, I didn't get drunk. I had a few Miller Lights. I had a few mixed drinks late in the evening, but I never had enough to just get me to that point. And I don't know why. It just happened. So this year, we'll see what happens. I don't know, but between now and then, I got to tone it down a little bit because, I mean, man, you guys are the last people that are like on my side, and I know I don't want to fuck that up too. Oh, stop! Sorry about that. All right, let me roll back. I got on a roll, which is what I'm good for. Okay, so we do. Holy shit! I missed a lot of chat. That must have been a long rant. Uh, Scripted. We got a rule. Yeah, a roll. Yeah, that's for sure. Aussie and a priest walking into a Yoder barn discussing custom knives. Go Jews. LOL. Okay, custom knives was the one I stopped on. Energy inefficient and trying. It's energy inefficient and trying to not let the flies in. All right, I don't know what that was referring to. I missed it, I guess. Possum spotting. Double only from my first rum mixo, so not there yet. Beginning. Well, fucking catch up, Matt. Come on, dude. And I want to say that video you put on Facebook where you're like making dinner or whatever, that was fucking choice, because I can't count the number of times I've come in and be like, I'm looking at the stove and I'm just like, You know what? Fuck it. I'm drinking my dinner tonight. Type what my damn fingers decide. You get better run this time. Alcohol you have is a solution. Yes, it is. And that's it. That's exact, dude. Okay, Matt. Okay, I hope you're still here. Alcohol silences the voices. I just described this to my therapist. Okay, so, and I literally had a whiteboard stuck to my refrigerator right here behind me so that I could do a video on this, and then I gave up and I erased it. But okay, so in my head, let me paint a picture for everybody. And I know, hold on, how far? I know if I catch up, I'm gonna lose it. Hold on. Be sober, plenty of swirl. This here, making wrap sausage fingers, not drinking anymore. Blasphemy. We are your friends. Frankly, it's the kind of drunk that thought I was the life of the party, but I was just no. I mean seriously, that's me too. I have always thought I was the life of the party, and then I realized, yeah, I'm just the asshole. There's no one more honest than a drunk. That's not entirely accurate. When I'm drunk, I just make shit up to be an asshole. I'm pretty honest, like in day-to-day life, but when I drink, that's when I just like exaggerate everything and make things more sensational. So, in that respect, I guess for people that aren't 100% honest all the time, that's when they are honest. But for people that are, that's like when it seems like it's a good time to make everything sensational, you know? And that's what I tend to do is I tend to make things sensational. I tend to say things that I don't believe just to provoke someone into a confrontation. You know what I mean? Not a verbal confrontation, not a physical one, because I mean, like, I don't want to go there. She didn't say she was drinking. Oh, that's just not publicly. Yes, and that's true. I'm trying to actually not drink as much at all. I'm not quitting drinking. I got to back it down. And that is the thing. It's my public interaction while I'm drinking that it is problematic. And yes, no, believe me, okay, so let me when I say publicly, I mean when I drink, I'm not allowed to have access to the internet. Like I can drink in in-person company and everything's fine. You know what I mean? Like I don't get stupid. I don't say things that are inflationary or inflammatory. That's the word I was looking for. I only do that when it's online, and that's how I alienate my friends. And so no, I'm good in person. It's the internet that is where I fuck it up. So no worries there. And if they can't be there at your worst, they don't deserve you at your best. And but I don't know. I understand that I can be a bit much for people sometimes, and they just don't have time to deal with that shit. I don't drink much, Alexis. It's not a bad thing. And I don't drink publicly either. I might have one or two for social reasons, but I stop because I don't like the way I have seen people. No, and that's fair. And poke the bear, get the claw. God dang it, I'm never going to catch up. We do metric when it's about drinking. Man, I thought you Yanks didn't use metric. Adam, I understand the metric system, but I'm tired of explaining it. Yames still has. I don't know if he's. I honestly, Adam, I don't know if Yames is even going to make it. He's financially in a pinch, and like he was kind of depending on me to be able to foot the gas bill up from North Carolina, and I can't. I have unrelated commitments in Dayton prior to Quad State, and I can't go to I just can't do the North Carolina thing and then wind up there with only Yames's pickup to get me around. So I have to have my own vehicle, and so anyways, so yeah, Yames has to find his own way to Quad State, and it's kind of up in the air at this point if he's going to make it or not. I hope he does. I really do. And whether he drinks all the liquor that I left him or brings it, it doesn't matter to me either way. Either way, so custom knives. Yeah, no, I don't know anything about them. I custom make crappy knives. I bet you do. Are you driving for Quad State again? If you can stay at the house, I'll drink with you this time. I'm in my own bus. No, I'm not driving anymore. The car that I drove last time was totaled, and the car that I bought to replace that one was totaled, and so I'm not buying my daughter another car. Um, she can fucking figure it out. She lives 6 blocks from work, and until she figures it out, she can walk. I'm not doing it again. I've put too many thousands of dollars down that rabbit hole for her and her husband to just wreck cars, and I'm done with it. I've got my old fucking 2006 Dodge pickup with 300,000 miles on it, which is not driving cross country. I mean, like, it makes me nervous to drive it 100 miles home. But no, I'm not driving anymore. I am gonna try to fly in for Josh Brown's thing. If you could be there, I don't know if you're invited or not, but the First Degree Forge first annual Hammer In. I'm gonna try to make it. No, they're not my cars, Adam. They're her cars. So the first one, the one that I drove the first time, or no, the first time I drove, I borrowed a coworker's pickup, and he drove my Mercedes, and that worked fine. And then 3 months later, we swapped again so I could move, and then he totaled my Mercedes. Anyways, but my daughter's car was all hers. She was buying it. She'd been making the payments for like 3 years. Never missed a payment, never been late, whatever. And she wrecked it because somebody pulled over onto the shoulder, and because they weren't sure if they were at the right place or whatever, and so and it was in a construction zone because it's a double yellow line, and so my daughter, they pulled over onto the shoulder, and then my daughter kind of swung wide and like straddled the double yellow line, and then the person that was pulled over on the shoulder turned left from the shoulder and wound up T-boning him going like 75 miles an hour, and totaled both vehicles, and then my insurance wound up actually paying because passing in a no passing zone, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You can't turn left from the shoulder and call it passing in a no passing zone. Anyways, so my daughter's ticket wound up being dismissed for the passing in a no passing zone, but the ticket was dismissed because of the situation 3 days after my insurance settled with the other driver and paid them for their car and their pain and suffering and all of that shit. And I was so pissed about that. Anyways, here or there, the Equinox that I drove to Quad State was totaled, and then I bought my daughter a 17 Passat, and her boyfriend hit 30 or 40 different things with it in the first 3 months. And I was sitting here doing the Sunday show one morning, and I look out and I see it fucking leaking from the front, and I'm like, what the fuck? Hold on, I'll be right back. And I go out there and look, and yeah, like they ran over something, smushed the radiator, crushed the radiator support. The hose going from the intercooler to the turbo was hanging down on the ground, and like it had been run over, and was I don't know, I don't even know how the car was running, but who knows how long it had been sucking air into the turbo, no filter, no intercooler. And yeah, I mean, so because the engine had been run with that disconnected, the car was totaled. And yeah, so I dropped $5,000 on that car. Or no, I'm sorry, my bad. I got a check for $5,000 for the car she totaled. I gave her that, and I added $1,000 for the down payment of my money, and for her Passat. And then yeah, they totaled the Passat, and now it's been paid off. It like she wrecked it in October. It got the insurance paid it off or made their payment last week. That's how long it took for insurance to pay it off, or they didn't even pay it off because I still owe $5,000 on that fucking car. And yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna pay it or not, but yeah, I got a credit rating of like 340. So I mean, I should just let him write it off, right? Anyways, okay, so let me, the only person that can drive my car is my wife because they don't have $20,000 to replace it. Yeah, we just bought a new truck. Yes, sir. I'm going to FDF Hammer. All right. Well, fuck. I'll fucking see you there if I can. It ain't that much, but like I was planning on buying my tickets to Quad State and my tickets to Atlanta at the same time, and not working has kind of backed me off on that. And yeah, I want to go. I really do. And all I have to have is, because I can't afford the rental car too in this particular situation. So all I have to have is a ride to pick me up, and drop me off. That's it. And I think I did talk to Josh about it, and he said he's pretty sure they could arrange that. Anyways, so I was gonna talk about something, and what was it before I went? Wait, let me catch up to chat. I did have I knew this was gonna be a rant, and so the alcohol silences the voices. That's it. Okay, so what I had drawn on the whiteboard was it's me standing on a stage, like I'm a comedian, right? So I'm a comedian standing on a stage, and then there's a whole audience out there, right? So out in the audience, right in front of me, there's what I call the handler. The handler is the one that tells me, because the person on the stage, that's the physical real me that interacts with the world. And shut up, Daniel, about the goddamn custom noves. All right, we've moved on from that. So, anyways, so in my mind, the way my mind works is I'm standing on the stage. Right in front of me, I've got a handler. The handler filters out all the noise, because out in the audience is all of the voices. It's everyone I've ever met in my life. Or not everyone I've ever met, but everyone I've had a serious interaction with. So every one of my friends, like Matt, you're there. Adam, you're there. Daniel, you're there, even though we've never met in person. But all of these people are out in the audience, right? And they're all talking. And I have conversations with all of you in my head. Now, I realize I'm playing both parts. I know I'm both of those people. But once I've interacted with someone enough, I understand how they would answer a question, or how they would come back to a query. And so, like, if I'm bouncing a question off of Adam, I'm literally in my head having a conversation with Adam, and Adam speaking to me in Australian, and I know how Adam would respond if I asked him, hey, like, what's the proper way to suck a head of a crawfish, that was a purposefully baiting, but anyways, so all of you people are in my head, and you're all out there in the crowd in this comedy room, and you're all talking at the same time, right? All of you, and you're all talking at the same. And I can't understand. I mean, it's like being in a crowded bar where everybody's just talking, like you're at Buffalo Wild Wings on fight night, and the fight hasn't quite started yet. It's that sound, and then the person that's right in front of me, that's the handler, and the handler is telling me, hey, you need to ask so and so this, or hey, so and so, and so the handler is sending me he's filtering out all of the noise and sending me the information that I need to speak out of my actual real mouth. And that's the way my head is all the time. And the handler doesn't stop, and the crowd doesn't stop until I've had 3 drinks. It's just all of these voices in my head just having and sometimes they're not even well, okay, no, I can't say I'm not part of them, because every one of these tables in this room is me having a conversation with that other person, all of you guys. And then it goes to the handler, which is also me. And then it goes to the me, which is the real me, the physical, my physical form. And so what comes out of my mouth? In this case, like when I'm drinking, that's the premise for this show, is I'm drinking. The people are silent. Like the crowd in this comedy club that is my brain, they're all silent and staring at me going, what's she going to say next? And that's the only way I've been able to go to sleep for 20 fucking years. 30 years. Goddamn, 30 years. I started drinking like this when I was 27. Yeah, 27, 37. Okay, 20 years. It's been 20 years. And before that, there was a myriad of different substances to either stave off sleep or bring it on. At 27, I is when I got my CDL, and the other substances were no longer within the realm of possibility, and I moved on to alcohol to turn the voices off and silence my brain, and now I'm trying, and it's hard. It really is hard, and I'm really trying to train my brain to turn itself off without the alcohol, and it's so like, I don't know, Matt, you probably know, but it's really fucking hard. uh, Crayfish, crawfish, crawdad, it's all the same goddamn thing. And I don't care where you get it from, it tastes like you're eating mud. I mean, like, it's the nastiest fucking thing I've ever had. Well, no, I take that back. Menudo's the nastiest thing I've ever had. Crawfish is a second. Alexis, are you good? Well, fuck yeah, I'm good. Sorry, Dan, I'm not sucking the eyes of redwater children. Oh my god. Oh my god. The chat is off the fucking chain right now. I'm not even gonna read it because nah. Nah, mate. She be right. Sorry, I fucked that up. She be right, mate. Can't, won't. Yeah, no, my brother did a crawfish boil here one time. Fucking way back in the day. That was 10 years ago. And that's the worst fucking thing I've ever had in my life. I mean, not second worst, menudo. But I'm like, why the fuck would anybody eat this on purpose? Like, you know, it's kind of like, no, I don't understand it. And don't get me wrong, I will never say I don't care what a food I no, okay, there is one exception, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. There's one exception, but there is no food item that is, you know, a common food item that I would say, yeah, I'm not gonna try that. I'll try anything once because, you know, some things are I mean, like, I thoroughly enjoy things that a lot of people would never even try. Like Rocky Mountain oysters, fucking amazing. You know, I mean, like, and most people are like, oh, I'm not eating bull balls. Well, you would if you tried them. Or tripas. I mean, like, tripas are fucking amazing. I love them if they're cooked right. So that means I have to cook them because nobody else knows how to fucking cook them right. But they're you know, you know, there's a few things. There's one thing I won't try, but everything else I'm like, hey, I'll try it once, even if I you know, it sounds gross. It's kind of like a prawn, but not so much. They got it's like a miniature lobster there, Adam. It's like a lobster, but the size of a prawn. So they're, you know, like 4 inches long, maybe. I don't eat the head. You know, I don't either, and I don't know anybody that does. But I've, like, literally, like, heard of, like, and I've seen videos of people just like crack it open and suck the insides out of the head, and I'm just like, oh. Like, cause I don't even like the tails, like, you know, and to me the tails just taste like mud, and I'm like, well, why would you eat meat that tastes like mud? Like, I've had catfish like that, you know, catfish, channel cat. It just tastes like river mud. And it's like, you know, and it's filleted, and it's fucking breaded in cornmeal, and it's deep fried, and so it's just basically fried catfish, and then you eat it, and it tastes like cornmeal and river mud, and it's like, why is that good? How is that a tasty meal? You know, it tastes like the river mud smells. I mean, obviously, I haven't tasted the river mud, but well, at least maybe I have, but not like to eat it. But like when you go face first into the mud. But um, I mean, so why would you eat fish that tastes like mud? Why would you eat crayfish that taste like mud, or crawfish, or crawdads, or whatever the fuck you want to call them? We're all talking about the same thing here. There's no right or wrong answer there. But why would you eat something that tastes like that just because you can? I mean, I mean, I get it. I mean, like I understand. Like if you living out on the bayou and that's what's for dinner because that's what you caught for dinner that day. I get it, and I'll eat the shit out of that if that's all I got. But I'm not gonna go spend an arm and a fucking leg and spend $100 on 5 pounds of fucking crawfish at the grocery store, so I can boil them up and eat miniature lobsters that taste like dirt. I mean, that's just like, am I trying to be somebody I'm not? No, I don't know. Anyways, okay, so the bigger they are, the worse they taste. Okay, don't eat catfish past 20. Oh no, catfish. Yeah, no, I knew that. Because we've caught cats back when I was a kid in the Concho River, on the Duncan Ranch there. We've caught cats up to like 48 pounds and shit. I mean, like they're grown ass men that are holding it like by the jaw and up to their chin, and the tail is still touching the ground, and it's like, whoo, that's a big ass fucking catfish right there. But they don't ever eat them. They catch them, they take a picture, and they throw them back in because, I mean, what's the fucking point? Okay, some people suck the whatever out of crayfish heads. Yeah, not me. Daniel, whatever. You lie to somebody else. Why suck the mud? Oh, okay. Fair point, fair point. Yeah. That's the wrong end, I guess. And okay, so I've never eaten alligator gar. I've never successfully landed one because they've always cut my line. But I've always wondered what a gar tasted like. Um, but never had the opportunity to try it. Um, those things are like fucking dinosaurs though, and they're just way too scary. Gator, on the other hand, gator is fucking tasty. I love gator. It's just I'm a little bit too far west for it to be something you can get easily. I have to order it online and spend $50 on shipping, per pound. So, for me, gator's a little bit outside my warehouse, but oh yeah, it is. Tasty. Some people eat American possum and squirrel. If that's what you have, cool. But some people choose to eat them. Nope, nobody, nope. I won't eat rodent thing. No, and that's fair too. I mean, like I would not eat possum. Period. Well, okay, if it's life or death, I'll eat. Dude, Adam, if it's life or death, I'll eat you. I mean, like, come on. I mean, if I get the upper hand, sorry about your bad fucking luck. I'm not starving to death. I don't get it twisted. I am not opposed to eating a motherfucker to stay alive, but would not choose to eat a possum. Probably not raccoon either. Squirrel though, if somebody cooked it up, I'd try it. Squirrel's not a rodent, really. I don't think it's not of the order Rodentia. So, you know. On the other hand, there are people who eat javelinas, and because they think they're pigs, but javelinas are actually red meat, and they're of the order Rodentia, so they're actually oversized rats. Just because they're like, I don't know, a foot tall, something like that. Anyways, and they will fuck you up if you make them mad. But no, I won't. I won't eat squirrel, possum, or any of that unless I have to. Um, I would probably try squirrel, just cause. Um, that's probably the only one. But then I've also had dog and I've had cat in Mexico, and dog was not good. You don't want carne de perro. Um, it's not good. But carne de gato, cat's really good. It's a little bit stringy, kind of I don't really know what else to compare it to, but cat's actually pretty fucking tasty. So Oh my God. Some people eat, okay, gotta have some. It's not bad. You have to boil the meat off the bone and make paste out of gar, but it's not bad. Yeah, no, I mean, like, if it's all that. Prions. Okay, so prions is why you don't eat fucking brains or in any way sever the spinal column while you're butchering an animal. Prions. That is why when I butcher an animal, I bone it out intact. I don't cut the bones. Like the entire skeleton is intact when I dispose of it. I don't cut it into quarters or halves or anything like that. I take all of my cuts of meat um, from the intact carcass. Well, I did. I don't really do that anymore, but tough as an old boot and just as tasty. I doubt you're that tasty. I mean, like, I'm sorry, Adam, but it just doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like you shower enough to be that tasty. Spoiler alert: if it's not twice a day, you're not that tasty. Get some e-kicker in England. What the fuck is e-kicker? Horse. I would try horse. I have not though. I don't know where you would get that. In the States, it's highly frowned upon as a meat source, and I don't know why. I mean, raccoon in the crock pot. Yes. See, my problem with raccoon is trash pandas are just so fucking cute, you know. Uh, um, but then baby calves are really fucking cute too, until they're not anymore, and they're trying to chase you down, and they're like, they weigh a half a ton, and you're like, okay, you're going in the freezer. Roo is awesome. It's a marsupial, so not a rodent. And if you ever lived near a Chinese restaurant in the '80s, everyone has had dog and cat. Yeah, I had it. I had it in the '80s in Mexico, but um, yeah, possum is a marsupial. That's right. It's the only. That's right. That's the only marsupial in northern North America. Oof, I'm dirty too, and I shower enough once a day. That's enough. Yeah. See, no, I mean, like, no, I'm sorry, but I don't know how you do that. I mean, like, I got to shower in the morning and I got to shower at night. That's just me though. And anytime I use the restroom in a non-urinating fashion, a shower has to immediately. I will pay $15 for that shower at a truck stop if I need to. It's that important. Um, I don't know. I just got because of my sense of smell. I've just got a hygiene issue that is fucking weird. Trash pandas. Well, you've never heard trash pandas? I mean, like raccoons. They're trash pandas. You know, you got to go rescue them out of the dumpster, or they're stuck in there. They can get in, they just can't get out. Kicker was a genuine meat source in England back in the old time. Well, what is it? Oh, horse kicker. Oh, okay, okay, gotcha. Okay, makes sense now. No, I know a horse was a viable meat source in the United States even up until like 100 years ago, and then like little girls got attached to their horses, their pet ponies that their daddy gave them, and now all of a sudden they have a personality, and we can't eat them. They have a personality. Yeah, well, fuck right off. Bill had a personality too. I ate him. I mean, his personality was shitty, and I've met some mean fucking horses too. Ugh. No, no, no. I would not sneak into your bed in the middle of the night. I wouldn't sneak into anybody's bed. I mean, like, to be fair, I mean, like, I'm Ace, and I like to talk a big game and I like to make jokes, but at the end of the day, the thought of the man, I'm gonna get into this, and I really didn't want to, but I think it's something that needs to be explored. Um, so I'm Ace. I didn't used to be, but I am since I started transitioning. And it's not because I want to, or want to be, but it's just what happened because of the way the medication affected my brain. And to be fair, when I first started transitioning, I had an unbelievable amount of eggplant pictures that were like slid up into my DMs on all my social media sources, and it was very disturbing. And maybe that kind of maybe biased me in some way, but I mean, like, it was very disturbing and very unwelcome, and I deal with it on a different level now than I did when it first started happening. When it first started happening, I was just like, "What the fuck," And now I'm just like, "Oh, really? Again?" And I brush it off. But it was fairly traumatizing early on, and now, like, even seeing a dude with a shirt off gives me the willies. Like, I'm just like, ugh, oh my god, oh, that's so nasty. Like I can't handle nudity in any shape, way, form, or fashion. Like I own a phone that has never looked at pornography because I can't handle it. Like I find it repulsive. Not. I don't. Not that I judge anybody else, but for some reason now, like, dude. I mean, like, before I used. I had an account, like on what, Pornhub, whatever, like, I had a profile, I had my favorites. I mean, like, I'm hitting that bitch 4 times a day, and now I'm just like, ugh. And the thought of touching another human, I find almost intolerable. Like, I will hug somebody. There are certain people that no, I know you're teasing. I know, but it gave me a squirrel to chase. There are certain people that I can hug, and it's fucking it's and for other people I kind of force it, and I would just rather not touch. You know what I mean? And it's really hard to explain. There are just people that fall into the okay to touch category, and there are people that don't. And I don't know I don't mentally decide who that is. It just is or it isn't. And like, me and my ex-wife divorced. What? So your OF is not active? Yes, it is. I have to post at least once a month, or they'll deactivate my account, and I've really gotta get that done, or I'm getting close to being deactivated again. But anyways, oh my god, yes. But no, I mean, so a lot of it is I have a sense of smell that is a little bit more sensitive than most humans. And I'm no German Shepherd, or I'm not at the level of any dog, mind you. But I can smell things that most humans can't. And it's not good. I mean, like, it's not a superpower, it's a curse, because I can smell people from like 4 or 5 feet away. Like, I can smell the soap you used, I can smell your shampoo, your conditioner, I can smell how long it's been since you showered. I mean, like, I can smell if you pooped today and didn't take a like, I can tell all these things. All right, if we get up within like a foot, I can tell all of that. And some people, if you haven't showered in like a day or two, or 2 days, I can smell that from like 4 feet away if I'm downwind. Now, obviously, if I'm upwind of you, I'm not going to get that, because the wind is going past me to you, and whatever. But if I'm downwind of you, I can smell you. And so I think a lot of and that has had a lot of why I drink, a lot to do with why I drank in the past, because early on in my life, I mean, like, trying to deal with the way people smell is difficult, because people fucking stink, dude. I mean, like, you don't think it, you don't even realize it. Like, you don't smell you, but I can smell you. So, like, if you can smell you, it's pretty bad. And if I can smell me, I'm fucking freaking out. Like, if I can smell me, I need to find a water hose. I need to find a truck stop with a shower. I need to do something, because it's gonna like bother me to the point, like, even if I'm all by myself, I'm worried about being in proximity to somebody else that can smell me, and I'm like, I can't do this. I've got to find a shower. I mean, like, I've been in this truck for 22 hours straight, and like, I'm still wearing the same shoes that I wore yesterday, and I can smell my feet through my shoes, and my feet don't smell like dude feet anymore. They don't, but I can still smell them. And if I can smell them, I think everybody else can, even though in the back of my brain I know nobody else can smell you. But there's only one in every 100,000 people that can have the sense of smell like this, and so it's not that common, but it bothers me. I mean, I'm sorry. I got off on a fucking rant about hygiene and whatever, and it just I have to shower twice a day so I don't smell me. Okay, so it's not for other people, because honestly, I could probably shower every other day and nobody else would notice, but I have to shower twice a day so I don't notice, and that's just my thing. And anybody that I'm going to have, let's say, spicy time with, is going to shower before that spicy time happens, because I'm not. My ex-wife was like, my first ex-wife was like, would you rather have somebody fresh out of the shower or fresh out of the gym, all sweaty and with the pheromones? I was like, shower. And she's like, really? Yeah, you would think just like right out of the gym, like all sweaty with and smelling all like, that would be because that's the way she was. And I was like, no, 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 no. If you don't smell like Ivory soap and Suave, I'm out. The smell of sausage fingers. Oh, fucking hell. Uh, Shit. Sprays on the Old Spice swagger. Swagger's my shit. Oh my God. Go to Iraq. No, I almost went, man. My shit was loaded on the fucking C5, and I was standing out on the tarmac fixing to get on it, and they canceled their deployment because Saddam Hussein pulled his shit back. The fox doesn't smell his own den. Well, actually, that's not entirely accurate, but yeah, no, vinegary makes sense. No, that's totally accurate. That's the way most most dudes that I know kind of have this acidic acrid smell to them after being out in the heat, and it is rather, to me, it is rather disturbing. I don't know why. I mean, it's a me thing, but it's not everybody, but it's just for me. Salad dressing. Fingers. I pee in the shower. Bacon wrap. Dude, everybody pees in the shower, but it's only fun when you get to pee on someone else in the shower. And honestly, I mean, like, if they don't even know you're doing it, it's even that much better. I mean, it's so fun. It's just so fun to just be standing there, just like peeing on her leg, and it's like, ah, peeing on you, and she's like, oh, got her eyes closed, washing her hair, like, you know. Good times. I remember that. I also remember getting my ass beat for getting caught doing that. Still good times, though. It was worth it. Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, like, my first ex-wife liked the whole hard work smell, the pheromones, the sweat, I mean, like, that thing, like, that's what cranked her engine. I mean, me, no, no, I can't do that. Oh God. Oh, oh, that's messed up, Daniel. Oh shit. Oh my God. Oh, that is absolutely the worst thing you could do to an ex. Because I would never do that to a loved one. But I mean, like, to an ex, be like this is my last day here, and this bitch has kicked me out, and I'm packing my shit, I'm taking a shower and leaving. I'm pissing in your fucking shampoo bottle, and I'm shaking that motherfucker up. But I mean, like, that's fucked up. Oh my God, that's just, oh, that's gross on so many levels, especially the way, like, urine doesn't age well. I mean, like, oh my goodness. I mean, like, because even when you pee clean into a like container and put it in the freezer to hold, because you're fixing to do something you shouldn't be doing, and you need to have an emergency stash of clean pee. Even after 3 days in the freezer, you're like, oh god damn, that stinks. What the fuck? I mean, like, it does not smell like it's real. So I mean, you really have to get it from somebody right now when you get that random or that what reasonable suspicion test. Yeah, pulling it out of the freezer is not going to work because it takes 3 days to before it like if you could leave it in a cup on the fucking counter in the heat, and it's only gonna last longer, twice as long in the freezer. Like in a day and a half, it stinks like shit. In a cup. You put it in the freezer, and it's gonna take 3 days. I mean, it's like, what the hell? You would think it would be completely neutral when it's frozen, but no, you're in trouble. You might no, it's not triggering. I was just chasing a squirrel there, Daniel, chasing a squirrel. The little known intricacies of saving urine for a rainy day. Used to be a thing once upon a time till I got a CDL. And since I got a CDL, I have never been at work except for one time. One time. But in the last 20 years, I've never been at work not able to pass a UA, all natural with no help, no studying, no clean outs, no nothing. Only one time. It was the day before days off. I was leaving that night as soon as I got off shift. And the night before, I had taken some Molly because I'd never done Molly before, and I wanted to check it out. And I bought like $100 worth of Molly, and I did one of them. So 1 out of 10 pills, and it's all right. I mean, it wasn't all that in a bag of chips, but it was all right. The next day, every fucking muscle in my body hurt, like I had worked out. Like I was so sore everywhere, even my eyelids hurt, and it sucked. And I was like, yeah, I'm never doing that again. And then that morning, I'm on the new location, just fucking waiting on parts to show up. Well, the guy running the poles on the old location showed up, and they went to inspect his truck, the safety people did, and there was an empty beer bottle underneath his winch. And so, boom, they ordered a fucking drug and alcohol test for everybody, everybody on location. And I was like, oh shit, I did Molly last night. And yeah. So what I did was hang out in the pusher's truck and pretended like I had taken a drug test when I didn't, and then I went on days off. And then when I got back from days off, they're like, "Hey, you and Julio and Ivan are the only ones that didn't get drug tested that day because y'all were gone. We need to take you down and get that done for the marathon inquiry into the situation." I was like, "Oh, okay." Went down, got it done, no problems. Right as rain, everybody passed. And it was no big deal, but that scared the shit out of me. And so even though it's the day before days off, that's never close enough. So the day of days off, that's when you do it, and then you got the week to get it out of your system. So wait, I actually thought that out. All natural, naked. I heard you drinking your own urine to help your body balance your pH. Heard that 10 years ago and still haven't tried it. No, that's not a thing. Your pH is already balanced. You don't drink your own urine. It's poisonous. It really is. I mean, yeah, in a pinch you can, not die of dehydration, but it is severely poisonous. You got tagged on a drug test because you drank tequila 2 days. How the fuck does that? How does that hit as anything? I mean, like, there's nothing in tequila that hits anything on a 7 panel even. I mean, maybe if you took Sudafed, but And I mean, like, if it's a urine test, I mean, alcohol doesn't show up in urine. But my pH says rum. Is that bad? Because I feel good. Poor liver action. Oh my gosh. Daniel, you said wait, ... You actually thought all that out? Uh, is that what were you referring to there? Was it somebody else? Was it something I said? I mean, because I understand there's a delay, and I accidentally didn't turn the delay off. I'm curious to what you were talking about there because I think out a lot of things, and some things are kind of on the fly. And while you're doing that, guys, I'm gonna hit the add button. I've got to pee again and make another drink. So I'm gonna pee and make a drink, and you guys can watch an ad or don't watch the ad, but hang out. I'll be right back in 30 seconds or however the fuck long it gives you. I don't know, but I know I've been live for 3 hours now, and I've only done one ad. So let's do another one, and I'm gonna go visit the little girl's room. I'm gonna go powder my nose. I'll be right back. Wait, did it just say enable monetization to insert ads? All right, I don't know. Fuck it. All right. I got a travel ad, a Harbor Freight ad, 2 seconds long. Powder your nose isn't the same thing anymore. Working out the whole alcohol to test. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to fucking scroll back up because I missed a lot apparently. MDMA, that's fucking crazy. What? Okay. I'm gonna stop right there. Let me prepare another beverage. Okay, I got too much shit on top of my food. Don't need the tea glass. Oh, the iced tea is so much better. God, I've only had two. Okay, I was about to say maybe I should switch to tea, but in 3 damn hours I've had 2 drinks, and that is way under my. All right, last one. Where you at? Limes. Where'd I put the limes? Anybody? cut ice. On top of the ice, we squeeze in 1/8 of a lime. Maybe you guys can hear me. Maybe you can't. I don't know. Depends on how good my microphone is at a distance. 1/8 of a lime. Grab the bottle of vodka, and we're going to pour over the lime that we just squeezed in. Half a glass with the ice. So that's about a shot and a half. On top of that, we're going to go with the lime flavored carbonated water. Actually, that one's going to be done. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Perfect. Okay. No, I'm going to pass. Okay. All right, I'm back. Sorry that that took a little bit longer than I'm sure the ads were. But let me catch back up. So I got tagged on a drug test because I drank tequila 2 days before. Poor liver came up as MDMA. Not sure how. Now that's so fucking weird because MDMA is Molly, and Molly is basically a derivative of speed. So you're not gonna get that in tequila. It had to have come from something else, but there is no. Yeah, no, and whatever. Faulty test, false positive. I don't know, but yeah, MDMA is Molly, and I know what that does to you because I did it once, and then I literally took the other 10 pills and washed them down the sink. Like I dissolved them in a mesh strainer and washed them down the sink because there's like no way. And I'm like, I didn't even want them around because that made me feel so bad afterwards. No, not doing that. I woke up to a note that said, I can't do this anymore, signed my liver. You know, I kept thinking that too, but according to my blood work, my liver's like kicking ass and taking names, so. Powder your nose isn't the same thing anymore. Yeah. Just what sticks out a bit more. Yes, it is. Shrinkage. Fuck you. I got a Harbor Freight ad, 2 seconds long. I got a travel ad. God damn it, stop. Sorry, I was having mouse issues there. All right. Holy shit. Oh, they're sailing somewhere. Talk to me. I feel so lonely. I got a Bush Light Peach at Bush Light Peach. What the fuck is that? Ew. Back when Coke was Coke, smoke was smoke, crack's what you were doing when you were cracking jokes. Back when a tool was a tool and the wind was all that blew. Oh yeah. A little bit of Johnny Cash. Come on. I knocked over my tea. Didn't see an ad because of. Why did you knock over your tea, Kevin? I mean, that's just fucked up. That's Waylon. Oh, I thought that was Johnny Cash. Oh, my bad. No pass. Oh yeah, that is Waylon Jennings. Fuck yeah. No, I remember now. Never mind. Yep. Nope. I hear it now. Please don't admonish me in the chat. I'm not a country person, but I did listen to it growing up because that's what my parents listened to. But while I appreciate music of all genres, there are some that I hold in less esteem, shall we say, just because of the people that sent in to. Yeah. Anyways, I'm not going to get into that. Ne pas me je me. Ah, fuck. I got almost je me flais. Fiche. Fiche is fiche in Irish, and it means 20. I do not know. I know that's French because you speak French, but I don't know what fiche is in French. So stop self-pouring. Yeah, apparently tequila metabolizes occasionally into products similar to what MDMA metabolizes to. Oh, okay, gotcha. I could see that. No, I mean, remember the last vodka? I mean, no, I mean, like, so what happened with the last vodka was I poured the water first, and that's what fucked me up. I have to pour the vodka first because I know the line on the cup. Okay, so look. Okay, so this cup has this was custom made, Shamrock Forge, whatever. Okay, so if I'm drinking store-bought liquor, if there's no ice in it, all right, the liquor goes to right at the top of the hump in the bottom of the anvil, right? If it's my liquor, which is a little bit stronger, or Maker's Mark 46, let's say, because that's a barrel proof of 54%, which is what my liquor was. I don't have any of it anymore. It's all gone. It's the whole barrel's gone. But it's a little bit lower. It goes the 54% goes to the bottom of the anvil, right? Now, if I'm drinking something with ice in it, then the liquor goes to right at the bottom of the pyramid here. Okay, so with ice, the liquor goes to the bottom of the pyramid, and then the top half, from wherever I stopped the liquor at, the rest of it is the mixer. And so it's a particular formula, and to achieve a similar solution of alcohol to mixer, regardless of what alcohol it is. So like I know this for whatever alcohol I'm drinking, and in whatever way I'm drinking it, I know what point on my logo is the stopping point. And like if I'm drinking regular, let's say I'm drinking Jim Beam. If I'm drinking Jim Beam is going to probably right at the bottom of the Shamrock here, and you probably can't see it, right at the bottom of the Shamrock, and then I'm going to pour a 12-ounce soda on top of it, no ice, and it's going to come exactly to the top of the glass, like right on the entire can, empty, no spillage. And I can do that in any glass. I don't know how, but I can look at a glass and I can know how much whiskey to put in it to make it be level to the top with a 12-ounce soda. I don't drink soda anymore, so I mean it's kind of a useless superpower, but it was cool while it happened. I mean, like I used to amaze people. I'd be like sitting down and they're like, "Hey, you're whiskey and Coke." I just fucking eyeball some whiskey in, and then I just grab a Coke and I just like look at them and don't even look at it and just like pour. And they're like, "You're about to make a mess." I'm like, "No, I'm not." And they're like, "Bet." I've been doing this for a few decades. I can look at a glass and know where the limit is, which is fun. But I'm maybe I'll lose that ability now that I don't do that anymore. But we'll see. So I bought a bone-in ribeye steak today for the 4th. Fucking right on, dude. Bone-in ribeye. So that's a tomahawk, right? That's a tomahawk. So I had some illegal vodka from Russia, then went to a drag queen show. It was a night. All right. I mean, I don't. Okay. I mean, we'll expand upon that later. Well, I gotta go wash the day job off. Night, friends. Good night, Kevin. That was probably way too long ago to matter, but sorry. Dust. Night, Kevin. Doesn't matter what you listen to. You're Alexis, and that's cool as shit. Yeah, no. I mean, fucking right on, Matt, dude. God, I hope I can make it to fucking Josh's in August. Fuck. I'm trying. I really am. Uh, I just got to see how shit shakes out, and that's it. And I mean, dude, if I could literally, if I could sell I would whore myself out for fucking for airfare. I mean, like literally, I'd be like, I really want to do this, but god damn it, money's tight right now because I haven't worked in 2 weeks. Je me fla, I don't care. Okay, okay. Oh, what a night, late December back in '93. Oh, what a night. Uh, oh, yeah, no, I'm just talking about the glass, man. Just talking about the glass. Uh, different alcohols with different intensities go to a different spot in the glass. All right, and in this glass it's easy because I know where those things are for 40% or 45% or 50% or 55%. And if we're gonna get over 55, fuck you. I mean, because at 110 things get a little bit unpleasant. So I'm not a fan of Everclear. I'm not a fan of jet fuel. Jet fuel is what you get when you distill moonshine down to as strong as you can get it. And the strongest you can get moonshine and still be profitable is about 160 proof. So what's that? What's half of 160? Wow, I don't even know. 80%. So 80%, 160 proof. That's about as strong as you can make alcohol and still be profitable. And that is just so unpleasant that it's not worth drinking and it's not worth making. Like I know people would be like, oh yeah, this is coming off the still at 160. This is some good shit. And I'm like, no, that's not good shit. It's liquid fire. I mean, like, dude, you can die from that. Like literally, if you're used to drinking 40% alcohol, and you drink some 80% alcohol, and you're like, oh, I can just do some shots, and you do 3 shots of 40% alcohol, and you're fucked up. You do 3 shots of 80% alcohol, you might fucking die. All right, so nothing when I was making moonshine, nothing ever left my possession in excess of 90 proof. That's where I watered everything back. 90 proof is the limit. I'm not gonna let because I mean sometimes minors got a hold of my stuff, and I'm not gonna let them have access to something that's 120, 130, 140. No, that's dangerous. Especially to people that don't know what the fuck they're dealing with. And I've met so many people that think they want 160 proof moonshine, and I'm like, no, you don't. It's like I can give you some moonshine that's 85. That's gonna be the smoothest shit you've ever drank, and you're gonna be like, wow, that was fucking great. And an hour from now, you're gonna be fucked up like a soup sandwich. If I give you some 160, you're gonna fucking and you're gonna do this dance. You're gonna be like, God damn, that was hot. And you're gonna do that one more time, and an hour from now, you're gonna be fucked up like a soup sandwich. So it's the same thing. You know what I mean? So higher proof is not better. There's an intricate balance between the proof and the smoothness. And I do stand by like running it through an activated charcoal filter because that makes such a big difference in the final product. So I don't know if you do that, Adam, or not, but back in the day I had like 5 gallon buckets running with a fish tank, a brand new fish tank fucking filter in it with the activated charcoal to run all, and like they run for 3 days in a 5 gallon bucket with a activated charcoal filter. And it came out so much. You wouldn't believe the amount of shit that would be stuck to those filters. It was crazy. All right. Jeff Killian's out of here. Sorry about that. You have a good night. I had one experience with moonshine when I was 21. I had 3 teaspoons. That's not all that much. Unless you were pulling it straight off the still right after the 4 shots came off. In which case, right after the 4 shots come off, coming right off the still, you're talking about basically 3 teaspoons at that. That you're about 170 right after the 4 shots, and 3 teaspoons would be about 3 shots of regular alcohol. 58 for barreling. Yeah, there you go. Watering it down for drinking when aged. And I'm telling you, dude, there's a reason alcohol is sold in the store at the proof it is, and it's because it's the most palatable proof. Yeah, and it comes a little bit stronger here and there, and you know it. But the most 40% is the most palatable um, for the masses, so to speak. So I mean I go with 45. I think 90 is just right because I want it to have just a little bit of an extra kick so you know it's there without it being dangerous and accidentally fucking killing you with my shit. Well, it was fun, but the best thing that ever happened to me gets off in an hour, so I need to make sure I don't ruin it in my drunken stupor and get myself in a super happy. Good night. All right, good night, Matthew. My stuff burns invisible in daylight, burns blue in the dark. That's right. Well, see you, Matt. All right. All right. And with that, holy shit. We've been live for way too fucking long. I've been on here for, man, I meant to do like an hour, maybe 2 at the most. And I don't even know where the fuck we're on at now. Let me see. No. Doesn't say. Where's it at? I know it's here somewhere. Oh, 3 hours and 11 minutes. All right, so I ran a little bit long. It's Sunday night. No, I think it's Monday night. It's Monday night, right? It's got to be Monday night. Yeah. No, it's Monday night. It's Monday night, Daniel. Or wait. Oh, Michael. Ah, holy shit! You just popped in. Yeah, no, it is a Monday night, not a Sunday night. This is just a it's Monday here too, Adam. It can't be Monday there. I mean, like literally, for me, it's 9:09 on Monday evening. So for you, it's got to be Tuesday morning. Wait, what? Hold on. Mm-hmm. Anyways, yeah, no. So, man, I do have to go. I've got another kind of commitment thing I've got to do. Assuming I haven't drank too much to do it, but you guys, I really appreciate you showing up. This is actually one. We didn't even get into the fact that what you guys think I should do. Okay, so let's do this let's do another half hour because that's how long it's gonna take. What do you guys think about what I should do moving forward? Should I do this show without alcohol? I mean, do you think it would be worth it? Do you think that I could do this random ass fucking stream and it still be entertaining? Or should I come up with a new concept and a new design and a new idea entirely because it's going to be a different format? Because I'm just kind of curious because when I posted yesterday, I kind of assumed that if I'm not going to be drinking anymore, I kind of got to like close this show out, and because I feel like I may not be able to do this show justice if I'm just doing it stone cold sober, and and I don't really know because I haven't tried it. I'm also scared to try it because I think if I tried it and it didn't work, I mean, like, everybody would just be done with me and be like, yeah, now, oh, notification, Alexis Unhinged, nah, fuck that, I'm not watching that shit. So you guys that are still here, all fucking 4 or 5 of you, I don't know how many, it could be more than that. I'm being, let me see, analytics. All 5 of you. What do you think? Do you think I could do this show and maintain the theme of it, the interaction, the way it works? Do you think I could do that? Just being straight. Well, okay, not straight. I mean, like, woo. Let's clarify that right now. There's no straight happening here. Fuck that. But straight up. No, I know. I know. I do the Impractical Blacksmith podcast sober, but that's a little bit different. And that's why I think it wouldn't work is because it's like after so many episodes and so much like structure, I'm just like kind of at a loss. We don't care about. I know you don't care about me being drunk. I mean, like, but my state of mind affects my interaction, and so. Like, if I'm not drunk, I'm less interactive. You know what I mean? No, I'm not sober now. No. I'm like fucking. I gotta count the limes. I'm 2 deep and I'm on my 3rd one, and the second one was a fucking doozy because I messed it up. But that's the Michael. That's the premise of this show was let's sit around and watch Alexis get fucked up. And then just say whatever comes to mind and chase whatever. We're going to start with a subject, and then we're going to chase all the squirrels. Like on the Sunday show, we don't chase the squirrels, or we kind of do, but then we rein ourselves back into the subject. And like, this whole 3 hours, Daniel's been like, we were talking about custom knives. I'm like, yeah. No, that was the first 15 minutes, dude. That shit's done. Now we've been through anxiety. We've been through transitions. We've been through about 16 different subjects, since custom knives. And I'm only able to do that because like my brain is just free to, like, the crowd in my head is silent, and I'm able just to go wherever I want. And your state of mind affects your interaction, sober or not. Yeah, I do. It is. Believe you can or can't, and you're right. I think before you had the wrong mix and were much more engaging. All right. And oh yeah, custom knives. All right, so I'll tell you what. I'm gonna rename the show something else. It's gonna be the same format, but I'm not gonna call it Alexis Unhinged because I really want Alexis Unhinged to live on as this is when I sat here and just got fucked up and talked to you guys and whatever happens. And I'm not gonna do that anymore because I can't. I can't drink like this anymore. I got to put that behind me. So I'm gonna not drink, and I'm gonna try to do the same show, and I'm gonna come up with a different name, but I don't know what it's gonna be yet. But I don't know if I can say, hey, tomorrow, put up a post, say, hey, tomorrow I'm gonna do this show. It might be just like this show originally started. It's like it just pops the fuck up because I was out doing something, and I just say, you know what? I'm going to go live right now. And I come inside and just do a show. So I don't know how that's going to go. It's still going to be something that's unscheduled and unexpected. I don't know how much notice you're going to get, but I'm going to try to do the same show without drinking once. We'll see how that goes. If it goes good, we'll expand upon it and maybe see if I can do. I'd really like to do an interview show, and I do have a person that's interested in being interviewed, and I'm working on it. But I mean, their situation is not always conducive. You know what I mean? Like schedules have to line up, and for the way we do things with the Impractical Blacksmith, we do the shit live. So we don't with a few exceptions. We have pre-recorded a couple shows, but for the most part, we like to do our shows live so everybody can participate. And this person that wants me to interview them, who, spoiler alert, I'm not going to tell you who it is, but they have been suggested in this chat, is interested in being interviewed. And we just have to make our schedules line up. And also, there are health concerns that may or may not, influence time availability. So I'm working on that, and I'm going to make that one happen. And I'm also going to do it straight up. So we're going to figure this out. I'm going to move on from Alexis Unhinged, and I'm going to rename the show, and I'm going to try to figure out how to navigate this without alcohol. And I mean, maybe you guys are going to like it. Maybe you're not. Maybe I'm going to be a boring piece of shit. I don't know. But we're going to fucking figure it out together. And I don't want you guys to blow smoke up my ass and say, oh, no, the show was great when it sucked. I mean, like, if I sucked, if I was boring, if I was unintelligible, I want you to tell me. I want to know that because I can't improve if everybody says I'm doing... John Switzer. Yeah. Okay, now I'm not going there. I can't improve if you guys don't fucking tell me. You know what I mean? And so, and if I don't realize it, I'm not gonna fucking know. And I don't want to be monotone and drawn out and going like I was at the beginning. If you notice at the beginning of the stream, I was throwing in ums like it was an adjective for every noun. And I'm not doing that now because I've got about 3 paragraphs backed up in my mind of things to say. But it's all going to have to wait. So I don't, at this point in my brain, I don't have to rely on to look for the next word because it's already there. So I'm hoping I can put this together and not be umming you guys to death and be entertaining and we'll see. You know what? We'll see. So bacon wrapped sausage fingers. I'm not fucking doing that. I'm you know what? I tell you what, you subscribe to my OF and I will do bacon wrapped fucking sausage fingers. All right. That's the only way you're going to see that shit. And you goddamn better well use a different name and don't tell me. Oh, wait, no. If you don't tell me, I'm not going to know, and I'm not going to do it. So, okay, you have a free pass to tell me. Everybody else, no. Don't fucking tell me. I don't want to know if you've seen that. So, just saying. I got to draw the line somewhere, and, like, I don't care if you've seen that content, but if I know you, please don't tell me you have. I mean, like, okay, so Daniel, you're kind of an exception because you're in. Yeah, I don't know how to proceed with that, so I'm not gonna. But you know what I mean. So, anyways, guys, I'm gonna check out. I've got about a bajillion messages waiting on me. My friend is texting me. I will talk to you guys on Sunday. And I hope you all have an amazing week. And I hope I honestly hope I'm so fucking busy that I can't make the show because I'm fucking going broke here. But if not, I will see you guys. I know, Michael. I mean, it's just one of those things where when I've been drinking, my vocabulary flows a little easier and I'm able to just like slide from one thing right into another. And when I haven't, I'm very much more reserved and yeah, like that. So I will see you guys later. I'm going to end the stream and I hope you guys have a great week. I will see you next weekend, whether I'm in the chat or in the Discord. We will see. So y'all have fun. Thanks for showing up. I really appreciate it. This was a fucking super strong chat. I mean, this was a super strong stream. Like sick. And thank you guys for sitting through the ads. I'm gonna run one more ad and count in 1 minute. And nah, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. Fuck it. I'm gonna hit the end stream. You guys have a great week and love you all.